Good evening, Lakshmi. Good evening, Syed, Amit, Namrata. So, officially, we'll start the class soon, as always. So, how was your day? As a part of our previous day discussion, we suggested some videos. By mistake, did you go through them? Like Bhaba Amte's Anandvan, Martyrs of Marriage. Just a 1 minute poem related to the Mard. Maybe if you would have referred, you would have got the videos related to Sudha Murthy's also. Which one you have seen and what did you learn from these videos? So, Vaishna, sir, I couldn't attend yesterday's class due to high fever. Will I be able to follow today? Yes, you can follow Vaishna. No issues. Some people some students, if you cannot attend evening, you may attend morning class also. Suppose you have access to. And how are you feeling now, Vaishna? Monica, I have a question. Please ask Monica. Now the next 10 minutes actually is dedicated to a casual interaction and you can ask any questions from the previous classes. So it's so cold in MP actually. Yeah, we have been hearing in more like most of North India. Some of my friends are in Delhi, so there is too much of cold there and MP also. Is it okay? Baba Amte video has a language problem for me. Mustafa, but it is also available in English actually, right? So you would have watched it if you searched. One is in Marathi, but there is also an English version of it also. Though the quality of the video is not so good, but there is an English version also available. You may consider watching it actually. I saw the trailer, but not the documentary. And Baba Amte and Mard poem by Javed Akhtar. Okay, that's good, Vedashree. You have to make a simple notes like what did you learn from the Mard poem, Baba Amte? What is your analysis after watching that Martyrs of Marriage and Sudhamurthy's initiation? Because you forget. It is advisable to have at least one notebook for ethics, 250 marks, no? Whatever the examples that we give are some videos that we want you to watch actually. So keep watching them. Many more is yet to come. Okay, so first time you're attending the live class, Karthik. That's good. Mark poem was really touching, sir. Oh, heart touching. Okay. Um, there's no YouTube channel. I told about the blog that I have, like Ethics and Essay by Sri. No, Yeshi, we are ready to begin. Okay, still you have sore throat, and okay, so take care, Vaishnav. I saw the trailer, but not the documentary. Okay, that's good. Oh, yes, in Rajasthan also too much of cold. Oh, in Telangana, it's hot. Okay, in Telangana, Bangalore, and all, and Andhra Pradesh, it's hot. So Dhammurti is such a humble and down-to-earth lady who is always doing the charity work silently without any publicity, according to Namrata. Video quality was not good. Yes, it is not, but finally we need a content now. So that's why it's okay. Completed my now. Which batch should I join? Monica, the present batch that is going on. Monica, so has a doubt. Sir, Mard poem means appreciation of the about the men. No, it is not appreciation of men. You watch 1 minute video. If you type Mard poem, you will get it. It is redefining who is Mard. Okay, watch it. You will get it. I have completed my batch. Now, which batch should I join? That's the question. So, if ethics you are continuing now, that you can continue. For other, we need more details. Okay, any doubts from the previous class before we begin today's class? So under you can put it as a normal comment. I can see that. No need to go to the doubt section. Can you send me model PPT3 link? Okay, they will send it. Uday, I have been telling there is no YouTube channel name. Do not have the YouTube channel. That is, so there is a blog that we tell actually that you can refer, ethics and and essay by Shri. Sir, suggest video from Vimeo also, please. Normally we follow YouTube, which is mostly accessible to all, so that's why we suggest them. Annotated PPT is not available. Okay, the team will update you on that. Our team. So recall some of the topics that we have discussed yesterday. Before we start, we discussed consequences of ethics. For the sake of convenience, we divided consequences into three parts. If you follow ethics at individual level, what happens? At your mind, try to recall some of the keywords actually following the ethics at the individual level. What all can you recall from the previous class without looking at the material? At the level of society, in public administration, some 2 to 3 keywords. Mortis of Mara is a section of IPC has been violated mostly by the urban people, according to Aniket. Yes, we'll come to private and public. We'll try to recall what we discussed yesterday. Think of dimensions of ethics. Try to recall the 5 dimensions that we have told without looking at the material, without looking at the PPTs or anything. Just close your eyes and try to recall those 5 dimensions that we discussed. Can you recall? In your mind, try to recall. Fast, it's like a brainstorm. Then try to recall the few things that you know about utilitarianism. Try to recall a few things about utilitarianism. In generally, what you are expected to do after the classes, you have to check, okay, what is utilitarianism, where else we are applying in our life, and in my real life, have I ever followed utilitarianism? What can be the limitation of that? When to follow, when not? You have to inculcate them. Try to apply in your real life, apply in the various contexts of history. When you study history, where it was applied. Think of virtue approach. Think of justice or fairness approach. Common good approach. Try to recall a few points about common good approach. And then finally, rights approach. Okay. Any doubt from the previous class before we move ahead? So these are all we have discussed yesterday. So I just wanted you to recall the utilitarianism, the decision which leads to the maximum happiness to the maximum number of people, the virtue approach, the decision that adds good values to our personality, justice approach. We need to remember few things like equal should be treated equally. Those who are in more need are eligible for more benefits. Those who put more effort are eligible for more benefits, and deservedness as a criteria. Then we discussed about the common good approach, which is talks about respecting and protecting the institution and condition that we have created for our own welfare. And finally, every human being actually has a right to live the way that they want to live, and we have a duty to respect other people and allow them to live the way that they want to live. Because we have a right to live the way that we want to live, we should allow the people to live the way that they want to live. Chandrasekhar wants to know public to private example. Yes, I will come to that. Is it true that utilitarianism was developed by Kant for furthering the colonial interest? See, Jeremy Bentham and J.S. Mill are associated with utilitarianism, and why they created, only they know, the people. They all, and it is all suggestions actually. When you made as a law, it is compulsory. But as all these philosophies are suggestion, it is up to the individual whether to follow or not. Our team has sent a link for annotated PPTs. So more than one dimension interact against each other. Yes, Amit, you are right. They interact. That's why all these suggestions, they will interact. That is why in the particular situation, you have to keep in mind and take the decision whichever is most appropriate in that context. So this is all theory. In future, we'll try to apply them. Whenever you ask me any situation, I can tell you which one we have to follow where. But initially, you have to remember everything. Where do you apply which principle? That exactly depends on the context. Yes, friends, let's we come to this. So in the previous class, we started our discussion with ethics in the private and the public relationships. So hi, hello, namaste. Welcome to you all for the class of ethics, integrity, and aptitude. We have started our discussion yesterday with this topic, ethics in public and the private relationship. We have understood that the relationship in which the love and emotions are very important, they are known as a private relationship, while the relationships in which the rules and regulations plays a crucial role is known as a public relationship. When students want to know how this private to public and public to private happen, we have also discussed that though there are these two relations, they are not a scientific differences between private and public. We have discussed only general nature of that. There are many situations where a private relationship can become public, private relationship can become public, and public relationship can become a private. The public means you are a colleague, you have joined to an organization as a colleagues. At that time your relationship was binding by the rules and regulation, and then you have become also friends. So at the outside the organization you will maintain the friendship. So that's how you are introduced as a public, later that classmates may become friends, sometimes they may become so-called lovers. So that is all public to private. Same thing like married couple, if they are working in the same organization, and in the organization when they are there, they have to maintain the public relationship. College also correct. So then we discussed about what is this appropriate relationship with respect to husband and wife, and these are the few points that we have discussed. You are expected to add few more points based as a 21-year-old civil servant. You should have your own opinion. Remember, ethics only subject actually you have so much of scope to express who are you as an individual. We give you general statement, but in order to make ethics as your subject, you should not limit to this. You have to make it yours, keeping these points in the mind. And we discuss some points related to parents and children and also the friends. Now we are coming with this ethics in the public relationship, the relationships in which the rules and regulations are important, or the relationships in which the rules and regulations play a crucial role is known as public relationship. Some of the examples are teacher and student, lawyer and client, doctor patient, citizen, civil servant, politician. Citizens and civil servants both have a public relationship. Civil servant and politicians, they also have a public relationship. Politicians and citizens, they also have a public relationship. Both actually, all these three, they have a public relationships. It is not necessary or compulsory to remember what is ethics in teacher, student, lawyer, client, doctor, patient, that you should be aware in generally. But you should know what is the appropriate relationship between the citizen and the civil servant, that anyhow will discuss in the future. We will discuss in the future. Some general point when we are in a public relationship, how we have to behave, what is right, wrong, let us see. First thing, in the public relationship, for every role that we are playing, there is some responsibility associated. As a teacher, the role is a teacher. The responsibility, the best possible knowledge I need to share with the students. As a doctor, we need to respect the privacy of our students. The best possible treatment should be given to them. In the same way, as a lawyer, as a police official, as a principal, as an IAS officer, the different roles that you are playing, for every role there is a responsibility. We need to fulfill the responsibility. Now we are a citizen. As a citizen, what is our responsibility? There are many responsibilities. One primary responsibility is to respect and follow the law of the land. There is a law of the land, laws, rules, regulations are there. It is a citizen, we have to follow. If we don't like it, still we ignore this? No, whether we like it or not, we have to follow. But if we don't like, what we can do? One is actually, we need some support actually from the other people also in a democratic actually. So we can express our opinion in the social media or in the media, we can express our opinion. There is nothing wrong. This policy is good, not good, or something. We can express in the different kinds of media, print media, electronic media, social media, everything. We can get the support of other people. We can do a peaceful protest. We can file a PIL so that judiciary will look into that whether this is causing really injustice. All of this you can do, but as long as there is a law, you have to follow it. Whether you like it or not, you have to follow it. We live in a society and there are so many social values are there. The people believe in few religion, they follow some traditions, practices and everything. And whether as long as it is within the law of the land, it is not violating the dignity or the life of the other people, we have to respect the social values and we have to abide by that. You may not like, suppose, going to a temple. If somebody want to go to a temple, if some religious festivals are happening, we should also respect it. For every profession, there will be a code of conducts are there. In simple, code of conduct means these are the specific rules that talks about which behavior is right, which behavior is not right, which is appropriate behavior, which is not appropriate behavior. In the future classes, future sessions, we will be discussing the code of conduct for the civil servants. In simple, we have an all India Civil Services Code of Conduct rules, Central Civil Services Code of Conduct rules, that appropriate behavior that talks about what is right, what is wrong, that we'll discuss. So here what we are telling, for every profession there will be a code of conduct and that we have to follow that code of conduct. We need to analyze in the public before we take a decision what is the impact of our decisions on the other people, whether it is a positive impact or negative impact. We need to analyze and definitely we need to take a decision that has more positive impact on the society. As a celebrity, who are celebrities? Try to find a definition for celebrity. Think in your mind. In generally, those who are liked and respected by a large number of people. The people who are liked and respected by the large number of people can be called as celebrities. In the context of India, the people who are in the film industry, they are part of celebrities. Politicians are part of celebrities. They have a huge fan base. The people who are in the sports have a fan base. The religious leaders also have their fan base, etc. Normally, civil servants should not be celebrities. Civil servants have to follow the principle of anonymity. We do the work behind the screen, and in a democratic system, actually, it is the politician who should get the credit. In fact, it is generally they are not considered to be the celebrities. They are great people, they are ethical people, they have a great impact on the society and everything, but not this status of celebrities, maybe in generally. But they can also be liked and respected by the people. People may like, but these as a bureaucrats intentionally should not, try to become famous and all. So these celebrities have, they have a great impact on the society. Their opinion matters, their behavior matters. That is why they have to be very careful before they express their opinion and before they take some decisions in their life. They have to be a role model. We should have, this is all some common points related to ethics in the public relationships. We should show empathy and compassion towards weaker section of society. In the previous classes we discussed empathy, ability of a person to understand other people from their perspective. Compassion, helping other people. In simple, we will discuss in depth later. Weaker section, who are weaker section of the society? In simple, a group of people who are in more need compared to the other section. With respect to male and female, the male men and women are considered to be the weaker section of society. In terms of age, children, senior citizens are considered to be the weaker section of society. In terms of caste and religion, the SCs, STs, OBCs, minorities are considered to be the weaker section. With respect to the gender, transgenders are also considered to be the weaker section of society. Then disabled people are the weaker section of society. As an individual, when we interact with these people based on the situation, we should have empathy and compassion towards everybody, especially the weaker section of the society. In India, the beauty of India is the diversity, and that's why the tolerance is an important value. We should respect for the different culture and the people who follow the different lifestyle. We should have, these are all some general points, so we are just going ahead. All of us should have commitment to bring positive changes in whichever the role that we are playing. Some of the examples are Bhabamte, we have discussed. Sudhamurti, please know about her. And another person is SM Timmaka or Salu Marada Timmaka. Salu Marada Timmaka. It's like a rows of trees. A common woman actually from one of the villages in Karnataka, and she has planted more than 8,000 trees. The economical value of those trees are in lakhs, and she is a recipient of Padma Shri Award. Like this, there are many other examples are there. We will utilize these opportunities to know as many people as possible. So, Bhabamte, Sudhamurti, Salumarada Timmaka, and other. EWS actually. Yes, we will include EWS also. Economically weaker section also, weaker as the name only. EWS actually will include them also. Otherwise, Vivek will feel bad. TV OTT. What is this TV OTT? Oh, the media. Okay, yes, sir. Big corporates. Okay. So these are some general points about. It's a simple topic for a discussion, and there may be some case studies that ask that we'll discuss in the future. So this is about what is ethics in private and public relationship from yesterday. We have started discussion yesterday and we completed now. Any doubts about these overall relationships before we go ahead? So as you others also wants to see the comments of others, you can go ahead actually. Hmm. Vimal Pan ad by the Akshay Kumar and Shah Rukh Khan give a negative message. That means that they diverge from the public ethics. So here it is not advisable to write any particular celebrity. And in generally we write that these people who are as a celebrity status, before giving advertisement, they have to be very careful. They should analyze what is the impact that they are creating on the society. This statement we can write. It is advisable not to mention specific people when we are writing the negative examples. I am patient. But when I'm angry and I be irritated, intolerant, and rude, so all my virtues turn into vices. I try to control, but it won't work. And later I regret that why I behaved in a rude way. Now, how to hold morals and ethics even when we are emotionally unstable or face negative emotion? Vedastri, one simple solution is, see, if I'm emotionally unstable, when you know that you are emotionally unstable, you have to develop emotional intelligence. That is a solution. So, what is emotional intelligence and how to develop? That is our future discussion. Remember, this we will discuss in the future. Now, I am trying to answer one of the questions to the students. 80% of your success, according to the Daniel Goleman, in the 21st century, the people's 80% of success depends on emotional intelligence. Many times we fail in our life, in the professional life, not because we do not have knowledge, not because we do not have intelligence. We all have everything. We do hard work, but still we fail or cannot achieve what we want. And why? Because we may not have emotional intelligence. It's good that you identified that you are not stable, but you should not try to achieve something by being emotionally unstable. You have to develop emotional stability, which is very, very, very important. Now, recently, like, yesterday, we celebrated Prana Pratishtha for Rama. So, Lord Rama is actually, what is the success of Lord Rama? He has faced so many difficulties, but he was able to maintain the stability of his emotion. There are many people who have misused that position of Rama. There are many difficulties that he has faced in Rama, but he was able to maintain the stability, and that's why we pray him. That is one of the important reasons that we pray him. Okay, Vedastri, so we will learn emotional intelligence together in our future classes. Can you explain the profession wala code of conduct? Satakshi, don't worry. This topic of code of conduct we will be discussing in the future. In our syllabus, there is a topic called code of ethics and code of conduct. There I will discuss in detail. For now, code of conduct means appropriate behavior, a specific rules that is given to the employees in the organization or those people who are in a profession. Like for example, as a future civil servants, there are few things you have to do or not to do. So what is right and wrong actually? What kind of dress is appropriate when you are in the public places? Whether it's okay to invest in a stock market or not? Can you take a debt from other people or not? How should be your behavior when even outside the offices? These rules are known as the code of conducts. Are we clear for now? Yes, we made the chart is public actually. Yes, Anurag, so that others also can see. Uh, because in next we have some discussion so that even others also should participate. Emotional intelligence means how do we react to some incidents. It is related to that, Lakshmi. We will discuss in Sir, what's your opinion on children who are addicted to cell phone? See, if if the children are less than 18-year-old, definitely we should control them, and we should give. First of all, we should not give them own mobile phone or cell phone as to them something. They can use some home actually or a common mobile phone. We should restrict their access. Actually, there are some many restrictions are there. What to see, what not to see. We can monitor what they are doing. Actually, how much time they are spending with strict guidelines. We should not give them, that's all. Yes, we need to restrict them. We should not allow them to addict by using the counseling and all. If it is required, we need to control them. Yes, Vivek ji, we need actually this, if you have any so-called personal questions, we will discuss it in the later. Otherwise, let it be, because we need some discussion actually. Tell me one reason why it should be in a private, Vivek. Please ask them to upload annotation. Okay, already told. Okay, discussion EQ, make it private. It distracts the focus. Only when it is very, that's what emotional intelligence. If we required, we'll do that. Okay, now we'll just for some time, we'll do that. Sir knows that the chart is public. He only did it for us. Yes, Namrata ji. I know. We have discussed yesterday. That's why we have put it in the public. Sir, what if you get rude to someone? Even though they are wrong, after some time I say sorry, even though I am not wrong. See, first thing, we should try not to be rude actually. Suppose by mistake, if you are rude, sometimes we should ask sorry, and it is up to them whether to accept it or not. But we should try not to get rude, and if we get rude, we should ask sorry. If social values are harming our morals in general, should we follow those social values? Parvin, you have to follow social values only that you feel appropriate in the 21st century as a 21-year-old civil service aspirant. But if others want to follow some social values without violating the law of the land, then it is their choice. That's all. Now, whether I have to follow or not, whether it is beneficial to me or not, I can follow. If other people are following, if it is within the law, we should respect them, let them follow it. Commitment point, please explain. So we have discussed, all of us within our limitation, we should have a commitment to bring positive changes in the society. That's why we have given the example like Baba Amte. With though they have the other profession, they, earlier he was working as a lawyer, but he was able to work for the people who are suffering from leprosy. Sudha Murthy, she worked for the people who are suffering, who are actually facing the problem with Devadasi system. Salumarda Timmaka was able to give us a better environment by planting 8,000 trees. These are all the example of positive changes within their life. Beyond their personal life, they were able to think something else also. Fine. So this is about ethics in private and public relationship. Let's we start a new topic that is known as thinkers and philosophers. Starting with the first question, what is the difference between thinkers and philosophers? Yes, friends. What is the difference or the relationship between the thinkers and philosophers? Deep thinking is done by the philosopher. Then what about thinkers? They do superficial thinking. Okay, that's good. Come up with some opinion. After you giving your opinion, only then please observe others' opinion. Now you have an option to see others' opinion. It is up to you to control yourself. First, you have to express your opinion. Then also observe what others are telling. Okay, friends. Now listen to me. So first you have to think and also listen to me. So the first thing, the thinkers and philosophers are synonymous. They are synonymous. They are same in simple actually. They are the similar words, the meaning which has a similar meaning. The words which has a similar meanings. We can use the word thinker in the place of philosopher, philosopher in the place of thinker. But if you want to differentiate them, there is also a difference. Thinkers, as you rightly said, see, first thing, the thinkers do not accept anything blindly. They question everything and they try to find the answer. Now they try to ask this question like, what is life? What is the purpose of life? How do we have to live our life? What is our relationship with other people in the society? What is our relationship with our family members? What is our relationship with environment? Is there is any already pre-decided purpose to our life, or do we have to decide after our birth? Is all are really equal, or we need to create equality in the society? They ask as many questions as possible, and they do not come up with any theory. They ask, keep on asking, and they find the truth. And if they interact with any other people, they also make other people to think. Like if you say that you are preparing for IAS, there may be general question, why do you preparing for this UPSC examination? And you want, suppose you say I want to do public service. If public service, why, what are the different options you have to do public service? Why do you even want to do public service? Why only this UPSC preparation? So they ask so many questions. It is, if somebody asks so many questions about us, we should not get defended or you feel get irritated, angry. It is an opportunity to think again. Is it actually okay? Why not? We'll get more and more clarity. These are thinkers. Philosophers, the literal meaning of philosophy means actually love for knowledge. Philo, love, Sophia is knowledge. So love for knowledge. These people also have so much of curiosity around them. They observe the birds, they observe the environment, they observe the human being, they observe the relationship among the human beings. They study the government, ask this question, why there should be a government, what happens if there is a government, what happens if there is no government, again why we are born, is there is something called as God. All the same question, and they will come to some opinion and they give us a guidance of what is right and wrong. It may be the Mahatma Gandhiji's concept of talisman, Gautama Buddha's Ashtanga Marga, Mahavira's Pancha Maharathas. All these different concepts they will come up with and they tell what is right and wrong, but they are used synonymously. Normally we consider Socrates as the father of philosophy or father of Western philosophy, and one of the statement of Socrates is this: I cannot teach anybody anything, I can only make them think. This is the mindset of a person who is a thinker, but we call them as philosopher. Just to tell you that you should not too much worry, Array, what is thinker, philosopher? These are all the people, they study the various questions of life and given us some inputs about what is life. We should not blindly believe them, again, because they also did not do that. They are able to find out few points. Now we should analyze and take whatever that is relevant to us. Normally, when you study philosophy, there are hundreds of philosophies are there. It is in UPSC syllabus, they have not given us any specific philosopher or a thinker that we have to study. As what is expected is, as a civil service aspirant, you study the various philosophies, and whichever you feel appropriate as a 21-year-old civil service aspirant, you have to take it. To introduce you, we will discuss some philosophies, but after that, you should not limit to this. You have to take it to the next level. Now, please don't discuss, I see, please discuss everything only to the thinkers and philosophers. If somebody is in Andhra Pradesh or not, it will not make any difference. So that's why, so please focus on actually the topics, please discuss only related to this. And don't keep texting actually. See, okay, only when it is required, we might do this. Okay, please focus on the topic. Actually, if it is deviating too much, we have no other option to make the charge personal. Yes, Vivekji, we are observing. Okay, we'll see whether it's required. Then only we'll go ahead. Actually, you are from which batch, please? Okay, now listen to me. So, it is said that actually Socrates, he's from the Athens city in from the Greece, belonged to around 5th century BC. He was making the people, he was asking so many questions actually, but through himself. And whenever he interact with our people, his students and everything, he was making other people also to question everything. Is the rule of king, that is monarchy, and the religion usually can survive as long as the people are not questioning. As long as the people are not questioning. If everybody started questioning why this policy was made, why this scheme is made actually, and all, if everything is questioned, it may create instability in the society. While he was thinking and asking the question, he was making other people to ask the question. The kingdom at that time felt that Socrates is threat to the society. Socrates was arrested under the charges of polluting the minds of youth. Socrates was arrested in the under the charges of polluting the minds of youth. So the trial was happening, and they told that, see, Socrates, you might be whatever you are doing is good actually, but it is creating instability in the society. So please stop doing that. Let them do whatever they want to do, and you do what is supposed to be done by you. Socrates says that, my lord, whatever I'm doing is right according to me, and I'm living according to my conscience. At the same time, I am also a citizen, and as a judge, whatever the punishment that you want to give, you can give. I'm ready to take it. They thought he is mad, he will not listen to us. So they have given death punishment to him. On the last day, this is the picture that you can see here. Actually, it is the picture associated with the day, actually related to the Socrates. Here you can see the, Socrates. There many of his students, followers have come to meet him on the last day. You made us to question so many things, but we don't like, to die. We'll make some arrangement. Please go away from here and live somewhere, actually, if not in Athens. Please don't die. Then it is said that Socrates said that I am still the loyal citizen of Athens. So, and then he said that I'm still the loyal citizen of Athens, and he took this, actually the poison, and he did drank and died. This is the history, or the story associated with the Socrates. So that is those people who tried to question and everything, they have faced a lot of problems. And thanks to that, if you are able to question us, if you have so much of knowledge, thanks to the sacrifices of many previous generation. Okay, so this is just a small introduction of thinkers and philosopher. So when you people study what is life and all, there is no one answer. 100 people can have hundreds of answers. 100 people can have hundreds of answer. It is all, as an individual, we should read them and analyze, and whichever matches with our common sense, we need to follow. Now, there is a concept that is given to you. I just want you to go through this, actually, completely, and tell us in simple words, if possible in one sentence, what this whole concept is all about. First, read them. Amit ji, there is no difference. That's why we try to tell. Read this completely, Namrata. I will tell what is talisman. Yes, Chandrasekhar, it may be there in PSI or optional also. Yes, Vivek ji. Read this entire thing. This is heart changing for Tharan. So, Sakshi, you read it? No. Please tell me in one sentence, what have you understood? Arti, I will tell what is talisman. First, you tell me what you have understand from this. I will answer, Vedashri. Good, good. Go ahead. Even if you don't understand, no problem. I just want you to try this concept. That's all. Okay. Good attempt. There are so many good points are there. Let us we understand. Yes, we made the chart private because many students are discussing many things which are not relevant to the present class. We have only 3.5 hours, and within few 5 minutes time we have given, there are so many things which have come, actually, which were not relevant to this particular batch. So maybe towards the end, actually, we may keep it, but now we can't do. Okay, let's we come to this. Up. See, first, what is talisman? Normally, talisman is something which is said to have some magical power. So there is some toit that will be given, which is made up of copper. You know that is also called talisman. Normally, if we have that toit, it is considered that no evil elements will come to us and everything will go well. It has some magical power. It is considered. In the same way, Mahatma Gandhiji concepts talks about something about a magical power. We will see. And you know the year this is actually associated with his birth, and this year is associated with his death. So he says this whole statement talks about the importance of empathy. This talks about the empathy. Now, what is empathy? It is a process where we are trying to understand the other people from their perspective. Now, in generally, when we are taking a decision, suppose there is a simple decision actually, oh, there is a big mega multi-purpose actually, or a big mall that we are planning to build, and there are some people who are occupied the area, slum area. Now we just okay remove them because it is illegally occupied, and we'll come up with some a mega project so that it will increase us the revenue, and many common people also can go to the movie theater nearby, shopping malls and everything nearby. Now you want to take a decision, it's okay to demolish the slum and come up with a big mall or something. So in these kind of decision, not every decision, I want to eat whether actually, or in generally, when you want to take an important decisions in your life, recall the face of the poorest or the weakest person that you have seen in your life. And you should know that those people actually who are the weaker section of the society, they don't have a control over their life. They don't have the real freedom. Suppose if I'm a poor person, I cannot decide. If suppose I'm not feeling well, I cannot decide which hospital I should go. Whatever the hospital that is available, I should go. If I want to join my kids to a school, I don't have an option. Whichever is government, whichever is free, I should send them there. If I want to do a job, I have no choice. Whatever the job available, I should do. Whatever the time that owner say I should go, how many hours the owner say I have to do this. And as a poor person, I don't have the freedom. Now we have only little things for survival. Now suppose now I'm a decision maker, I want to take a decision, and now I have to see the decision that I'm taking today will what kind of impact they have. The moment I started thinking from their perspective, they have a little things to survive in the slum area. Now with this project, I'm taking away even the little thing that they have. So when we understand the poorer, weaker section of society from their perspective, a magic is created. It becomes difficult not to help them. We will get a feeling to help them actually. We get a desire to help them that lead to the compassion. So this statement of Mahatma Gandhi ji talks about the importance of empathy and the compassion. Importance of empathy and compassion. So you should no need to by heart this actually. So Mahatma Gandhi's talisman says that whenever we are in a dilemma and want to take the decision, we need to recall the face of the poorest or the weakest person that we have seen in our life. Usually in generally that creates empathy. We have to take a decision in such a way that benefit the poor and weaker section of the society wherever possible feasible. Remember, no principle is absolute, whether it is utilitarianism or Gandhiji's talisman, whether it is golden rule of ethics or the next concept that we discuss. Are we clear about this concept? Taubis in Hindi and Urdu. Yes, Namrata ji, you're right. Just go through this. Something which has magical power is talisman, actually, kumkum. Can you please repeat the theme of talisman? Purvi talks about the importance of empathy and compassion. The statement wants us to think that whenever we are in a dilemma, we need to see how this decision will have an impact on the poor and weaker section of the society. Generally, when we recall them, we get a desire to help them. It becomes very difficult not to help them. So we will help them. So that empathy will be created and then it lead to the compassion. That is the theme of the talisman. Sir, we often see the displacement of SC/ST due to the development. So the people don't think this during the displacing the people. Sometimes due to some developmental projects like dam construction or other construction, we may have to displace them, resettle these people. That is not a problem. But when we resettle, we need to make sure that we are giving a better environment for them to live. Well, we will make sure that they will continue to have their livelihood, they can continue their culture. All these facilities has to be made, and then we may have to resettle and rehabilitate. If we don't do this, actually, yes, then we are violated the Mahatma Gandhiji's talisman. Good, Balraju, that motivates you. Yes, Chandrasekhar, yes, it is. In reality, they're just relocated. No way, the Sri, that's wrong. Sometimes the media can be biased. We have a clear laws that says that if we are resettling, rehabilitating against their consent, there should be a proper compensation has to be given to them. Okay, now let's we come by one. Let's we go one by one. Education is the only solution to remove poverty. One of the solution. Now join, wake up, and what is talisman? We have told in this context, talisman, it is a statement which has magical power. Can you please go to previous slide? Yes, we went to last time actually. Ratika, please take a photo and we'll go ahead. 1, 2, 3. Done. Okay. So Mahatma Gandhiji, in his journal Young India in the year 1925, has published this concept known as 7 social sins. Let us we discuss one by one. What is politics without principles? Politics without principles. So, yes, many of you are writing. When we come to the politics, suppose we are vote bank politics, we say. That means we are using, in order to get the vote, paying the money, or dividing the people based on the caste and religion. And once we come to the power, we are involving in a scam. Or coming out of the, I suppose I selected from the party A, and for my own benefit, I'm trying to join another party. All these are the politics without principles. So we will consider scams as an example. The politician who come to the power and involving are a part of becoming a scams like 2G scam, Commonwealth scam, Colgate scam are the example. Now give me an example for wealth without work. Good, I'm reading your comments. Criminalization of politics, yes it is. Okay. So usually bribe is considered to be an example for wealth without work. Bribe is an example for wealth without work. So you may say, sir, even in order to get bribe, we should do some work. No. As a government official, public servants, whatever the work that we are supposed to do, we are already getting a salary. That extra money that we are receiving is the wealth that we acquired. It's actually without working, and that is a sin according to Mahatma Gandhiji. Now, pleasure without conscience. Hierarchy. What is this? Hierarchy is not a wealth without work. Avani? You may be talking about hereditary. Is it hereditary property you're talking about? Somaritanam of rich people. So, see, if I get a property from my parents, or from parents, or from our ancestor, or I bought a lottery and I got in money or something, these may literally wealth without work, but they are not the sin. They are not wrong things actually. You can get wealth from your parents actually, or you can buy the lottery if that is legal and you can get it. You may smartly invest in a stock market and get it. They're all literal sense actually that particular physical work may not have been done actually, but they are not the sin. That's why we are giving the example of pleasure without conscience. Ne- Drinking, smoking, partying. Yes, Avani, that's good. You have seen. So some people say pleasure without conscience. Example is drinking. I just drank water only. I hope it is not. Nepotism is a wealth without work, actually. Okay, nepotism not a wealth without work. Okay. See here, pleasure, if and without a conscience. What is one example can be, for example, sexual harassment. Why this and why not the other example that we'll tell you? See here, somebody is getting a pleasure by harassing other people. We are getting a pleasure. Drugs are illegal, it is wrong, but it may not be a pleasure without conscience. But here in sexual harassment specifically, or some other kinds of harassment, ragging and all, we are creating other people we are creating problem to other people, and we are enjoying that, we are getting a pleasure. So those who have conscience usually don't do that. By harassing somebody, how can we get a pleasure? So that's why sexual harassment is an example for this. Cannibalism, they don't do it for a pleasure. Sometimes, they do it without any other option. And otherwise, it is a part of their culture actually. So cannibalism in generally not a pleasure without conscience. Molestation, yes, it is. Smuggling is an example for wealth without work. No, Arti, you have to do so much of work to smuggle. Smuggling is illegal. If you want to know smuggling work, watch Pushpa movie. Drinking also create a problem to other. See, taking alcohol itself not create a problem. That doesn't mean that I'm not promoting. Okay, I'm promoting. No, I'm not promoting. Okay, so all if you drink and drive, that's a wrong. If you drink and beat other person, it is a wrong. If you have a money and if you take alcohol and sleep well, actually, it is your life and it is illegal in India. Do people get sexual harassment or just showcasing? People get pleasure. Sometimes it is also can do it to show the dominance actually, but they do it because they get a pleasure. It is case by cases basis. Okay, now knowledge without character. Yes, Hitler is an example for that. Any mistake that is being done by the educated people, some unethical things that is being done by the intelligent, so-called knowledgeable, educated people. So Hitler is an example for that. We can also give Ravana as an example. We can also quote Duryodhana if you believe that. See, it's all the way you interpret. As far as an examination, you can give Duryodhana, Ravana, Hitler as an example. Yes, cyber frauds are also example. No, we are not quoting as of now Akbar as an example. Litigation. No, litigation is not a wealth without work. How do you say, what is litigation in this context? Karna is not a knowledge without character. Karna is a knowledge with character. Kim Jong Un also no need to write actually. We will as of now not write the Britishers also. Will no, it is not advisable to write Jinnah also. You may write it, but why actually? It is all different perspectives. Let us we come back to the another example. Commerce without morality, business without ethics. Karna suggested to call Draupadi how he is having a character. Okay, I have not read that part actually. If you read and if you feel confident, but still I advise actually not to write it. But if you want to write it, it's okay. Satyam scam is an example, correct? Commerce without morality, good actually example. Food adulteration is an example. Organ trafficking is an example. Vijay Mallya, no need to write people name. Yeah, but you can write it actually if you want. Harshad Mehta is an example. Why a politics without principle example is only scam actually. Scam is one example. If you want to quote another like vote bank politics, you can quote it actually. Any other example, we just need one. That's all. Money laundering and everything. Correct. See, there may be some other answers also. That's we need one example. Science without humanity. Science is a neutral concept. It is like a knife. We can use it to cut vegetables to make our life easier, to cut ourselves, to kill others. So in the same way, but here we are using the science against the interest of human beings. That is science without humanity. Yes, corona is not a science without humanity. So corona is a nature, created by nature. So we will not be writing corona as an example, because there is no official news about who created or is somebody created. Knowledge without character means somebody who is a knowledgeable but causing problem to the society in this context. Yes. So we will write bombing on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Biowar is an example. Bhopal gas tragedy is an example. Acid on throwing acid on face is an example. Artificial intelligence like a deep fake technology that is using of Rashmika Mandanna is also example science without humanity. The deep fake video of Rashmika Mandanna. All this can be written. That's all. Once you understand, it's fine. Mumbai attack, New York attack, all these are example. Okay, religion without sacrifice. Now this appears to be a bit tricky. What is this religion without sacrifice? Non-veg consumption and now listen to me, okay? So religion. So why religion is created? There are many reasons why religion is created. One important reason is to create unity among the people. Bring unity among the people. That it is a feeling that we are all belong to one religion. And why do we have to consider that we are all one? So that we care each other. We care each other. Whenever they are in the difficulty and everything, we care each other. If you want to care each other, help each other, we may need to spend time, money, and other resources. This is called sacrifice. If I want to help others, I need to spend time, money, and resources. That is called a sacrifice here in this context. Okay. But if I'm following the religion without actually doing the sacrifice, then there is no use of religion. The religion is created to create a unity among the people. We should share each other, care each other. Without doing that, if we are just practicing the religious practices, or if we are following the practices associated with the religion, but not helping the weaker section of society, then that is a sin. So in here, what is this? Following the religious practices, following religious practices without helping others is a sin. So these are the few things that you are not supposed to do it. Paying purohits for havana for say debt instead of working to remove the debt. So here this sacrifice is not about animal sacrifice. This is not about honor killing. This is not about superstitious beliefs. This particular religion without sacrifice, we are talking about this only. Okay. Third point, please explain. So that is pleasure without conscience. Pleasure, something that we are enjoying, getting intense joy in this context. By harassing other people, normally those who have conscience, antakaran, they do not get a pleasure in some ways. That is by torturing other people, creating problem to other people. If I'm getting intense joy, that is a pleasure without conscience. And one example is sexual harassment. Again, in this context, the Johar and all will not come. I have explained you clearly. Here, sacrifice is helping the people, not we are sacrificing or making other people sacrifice or sati. No, not in this context. Fourth point. Fourth point is knowledge without character. Those who are knowledgeable people. Here, without character means once again, without ethical character. Any mistakes that is being done by the educated people, knowledgeable people. Hitler killed many people belong to a Jewish community. You know about Ravana and the Duryodhana. These are all three are knowledgeable people, but done something which is not appropriate. That is knowledge without character. Observe these points, friends. So Mahatma Gandhi. So sir, why we are discussing so many things about Mahatma Gandhi? Because he is a leader of Indian independence movement, and that is considered to be father of nation. And also in our previous year questions, there are many concepts are the question which are based on Mahatma Gandhi. That is why we'll quote. So when he was staying in Sabarimati Ashrama, there are many people who are part of this, actually followers of this. They used to come here and stay in the Sabarimati Ashrama. They were supposed to take some 11 promises every day before the evening prayer start, that we will be abide by these values. What are they? Let us we see. The first one is ahimsa. What is ahimsa? We will discuss one. So first, ahimsa means non-violence. Correct. Now we'll go one by one. Actually, please listen to this, and then you can participate. So non-violence. Normally, see here, sometimes we hate other people. We hate. We develop a jealousy. This is also violence. This we call as a mental violence. Physically attacking is a violence, that you know that. But hatred and jealousy is a mental violence. Now, ahimsa means not only that you should not do the physical violence, but even no hatred, no jealousy also. That's a non-violence. Satya. What is Satya? Okay, speaking truth, being ethical person. Can you please provide the email ID of Abhishek Mishra, sir? I don't have Imanshu. Okay. Asteya. What is Asteya? So others also please keep writing. Asteya means, as many of you are rightly telling, it is non-stealing. Non-stealing. We should not steal. So that is why this Asteya tells us to live a simple life. We'll go one by one, so don't make it hurry. So simple life means something, if I'm able to live within the resources that I have access to, something that is belongs to me. Within that, if we are living, that's a simple life. But I want more. Okay, you can follow right path, but getting irritated that by seeing other people jealousy and all following the wrong path. Actually, what do? We try to steal others. That is why you should follow the non-stealing. Do not steal what is something not belongs to you. Brahmacharya. What is brahmacharya? Some people say it is a no marriage. Some people say it is celibacy. Is it possible? Okay, then Mahatma Gandhi is already married. So, but he is telling about brahmacharya. Then do you think is he wrong? Lifelong bachelor. Jhansi Rani. So are you planning to follow brahmacharya then? No extra affairs, it seems, according to Yeshi. Um, living the materialistic things. Oh, living the materialistic thing. Vedashree, civil service aspirant, remember. Okay, yes, Jansi Rani. So Brahma, actually Brahma means truth. Brahma means truth. Acharya, here in this Acharya means actually a journey towards the truth. Journey. The literal meaning actually Acharya, Achara, Achara means actually here journey. So Brahma means truth. So journey towards the truth. So this is called brahmacharya. You can follow the brahmacharya throughout your life. Even you are married, you have kids and everything, you can still follow the brahmacharya. So brahmacharya means following the truth, or you have a curiosity to know what is the truth, what is this world. You are trying to understand. You are open to learning. Normally, if you want to follow the brahmacharya, you should have discipline in the life. We should have a discipline. We should not have attachment, so detachment. When we attach to religion, family and all, we cannot know the truth. So we should have a detachment, so that you will know what is the truth. So that process is known as brahmacharya. Now, just because this context has come, let us we take something, discuss something. Usually we have the four stages of our life. So, according to the Hindu tradition, there are four stages. We call it as the four ashramas of the human life. And what are those four ashramas that you know? One is brahmacharya. Brahmacharya. Grihastha. Vanaprastha. Acharya means teacher, but here in this context, Acharya means journey. So, depending upon the context, it changes the meaning. Akhil and then sannyasa. These are considered to be the four ashramas of our life, the four stages of human life, ashramas. So it is, if we consider total 100 years we live, the first 25 years, first we should focus on brahmacharya. Like usually the people who are, when they become 5 6 year old, away from the family, they used to go to Gurukula, and they were trying to know what is right and wrong, everything. After 25-year-old, you come back, marry, have the kids and everything, follow the Gruhasthashrama. When you are in the Gruhasthashrama also, you have to focus in throughout all the stages. What is the goals of human being? There is something called as purusharthas are there. In this context, there is a purusharthas are there. That also you have to follow throughout your life. What are these purusharthas that you have to follow in your life? Is dharma, artha, kama, moksha. See, there is nothing wrong in earning the wealth. We should earn the wealth. That is artha. So we have to acquire the wealth. You have the money, acquire the wealth and all, so that you can live a peaceful and stable life. You cannot focus. You can focus on other things in the life. Here, kama refers to the desires. We need to fulfill the desires that we are having, including the sexual desire. Some people have a desire to learn poetry, music, dance, and everything, painting. All these are the desires we need to fulfill. There is nothing wrong actually. We need to earn the wealth also. We should fulfill the desire also, but you should follow the right path. By following the right path, that is what actually you have to achieve this. Then finally, you should focus on moksha. What is moksha? The Hindu tradition believes that actually this birth, we are born, we die one day, then we get born again, we live our life, die and born. This is all called as samsara, the birth death cycle going on. We need a liberation from this birth death cycle. That is one of the goals of human beings according to the tradition that we follow. And for that, we need to get moksha. Again, to get moksha, or what is this liberation, what we have to do? For when you are a brahmachari, do the brahmacharya, then gruhasashrama. But you are married, have the kids and everything, you should not complete your life only there, family only. Slowly and gradually, even after fulfilling your responsibilities, you should move away from the attachment, move away from the family, and it's called move towards the forest. Literal meaning of vanaprastha is moving towards the forest. Suddenly you cannot do, no. So after that, usually, if I may, if my son come to a stage where he can take care of responsibilities or something, then I slowly and gradually move. This path of moving actually is known as vanaprastha. It is the middle stage between the grihastha and you are completely detached. Now you are here completely attached, playing the role of husband, father, everything, taking care of your parents, wife, children's, everything, fulfill the responsibilities. And here, sannyasi, you are completely detached from this, and you think beyond yourself and family and for the welfare of society, everything. But in middle, there is one stage is required. It cannot happen in one day. And that middle stage is called as vanaprastha. And during the sannyas, living the life properly, even sannyas ashrama, we can attain the moksha. But how to attain the moksha once again? There are many paths are there to attain the moksha, and one path is actually karma marga, jnana marga, then bhakti marga. Like this, there are so many paths are there, which are three important. Like fourth one, you want to know, like Raja marga is also there. These are all the different. Now suppose I was in a grihasthashrama, then slowly and gradually I was able to come out of it. Now I need to see is choose. There are four paths are there, A, B, C, D, and there are four paths. Which is more suitable to me, I need to find. Now for example, do I like to learn more and more knowledge? Now I want to get more and more knowledge. Then in this sannyas ashrama I can choose actually, if I want, 1 minute. Okay, if I want to get more and more knowledge, I can follow Jnana Marga. If I want to do selfless service to other people, I can follow Karma Marga. I do have a love and devotion towards the other people, other beings, including the God and everything. I have a love and devotion, then I can follow Bhakti Marga. I would like to do yoga and meditation, everything, then I can follow the Raja Marga. Like this, so many paths are there. I need to spend the remaining part of my life, the day when I was able to detach from my family responsibilities and everything, I need to choose any path, like either the selfless service to the people, knowing as much as possible. Different people should do different things. Why everybody should focus only on things like Bhakti Marga and Raja Marga? If you do everything in this way, finally you will get liberation. Wherever possible, if you know this concept, you can use it. For example, crisis of ethical values in the modern life is traced to the narrow perception of good life. One question. Now normally we should focus on all purusharthas, but in the modern times some people focus only on the wealth and kama, that is artha and kama. Then the crisis will come. But if you focus on all the four, then there is a ethics will be created in the society. So in this way, wherever possible, you can use the traditional concepts also. You can also get points from Christianity, Islam, Jainism, Buddhism also. That can happen naturally after the 10 years of marriage, going to forest for peace. So we had an option earlier, but now only we are not following. Vanaprastha is actually, yeah, the literal meaning moving towards the forest, but it is that slowly and gradually detaching from the family life. It may be right actually, once we should move away from our responsibilities and think beyond our life also. Sometimes when you marry kids and all, will become selfish. We don't think beyond this. Can we skip Gruhastha? Yes, sir. And if you feel you can be ethical and enjoy your life without for going through the Grihastha, then you can continue to be Brahmachari. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Mulona, Yenadu. Yenadu song, sir. Okay, that song I have not heard. Vanaprastha, Sannyasi, soul inclined in the Paramatma. Sannyasa is the last stage of life, is doing the moksha. Hope you have understood. It is very clear. So, how is Satya and Brahmacharya are different? Satya and Brahmacharya. Brahmacharya, Brahma means truth. The process of knowing the truth only, Brahmacharya. Third and fourth phase should be followed now. Why we left them? That is Vanaprastha Sannyasa Ashrama. Yes, we need to follow that. But somehow we left it. Let's we come back to our we may continue our this generation. So this is Brahmacharya here moving towards the truth. Then Asangraha. What is this Asangraha? Sangraha means collection. Sangraha means collection. So here, accumulation. Asangraha means opposite, not accumulating too many things. So it is like non-possession. We should not accumulate the things which is not required for us, or we should accumulate the things only that is required for us. If you have too much, actually the materialism, the more and more material I acquire, I feel happy. No, that is opposite of this. Actually, Asangraha says that have the resources only that is limit, that is required for you. Now you may, sir, what happens if I have more? That is why there is one concept. Actually, let me take you, according to the Mahatma Gandhi ji, earth has enough resources, earth has enough resources only to fulfill the need of the individuals or need of everyone, but not the greed. What does it mean? If some people are accumulating more, that means there are few people who do not have. Now imagine there are total here 100 students are there, and we decided to give some snacks. Actually, like for example, there are 100 students are there, we got 200 samosas, just example. But actually the people like Lakshmi, Gayatri, and Balraju, and our Vivek and all, they were so strong. Actually, in the initially they have taken 4 4 and all example. Okay, so they have taken 4 5 6 and everything, they got it because they have knowledge, intelligence, power and all, they accumulated. But towards the end there are some people who are not getting even single samosa also, because earth has enough resources, like 100 people, 200 samosas are only there. That's one of the belief. So that is why those people, like, whatever we said, like, Gayatri and other people who have got more, what they should do, the extra that they are having, they should not consider themselves. Actually, in fact, they have to identify the people who did not get even single samosa also. They will keep there, they will eat two. Actually, whatever that is belongs to, they may get that extra, but they will identify who do not get it, and they should give. In fact, that is called as trusteeship. There is a concept called as trusteeship. What is trusteeship? Suppose I am able to earn 100 rupees per day, but rupees 60 is enough to lead a decent standard of life. I have extra 40 rupees. For this extra 40 rupees, I should not consider myself as a owner. Rather, I have to consider as a trustee. What is the meaning of trustee? If you know, the temples are being managed by the trustees. Now I am a trustee for some temple. I know Padmanabha Swami temple, suppose. There are many people are giving donations to the temple. They are giving donation. I should not think that I am the owner and I will use it for myself. I am the in charge of that money. I am supposed to use it for the welfare of the temple. This person is called trustee. In the same way, because of my knowledge, intelligence, or something, if I get extra resources, that extra resources, I am not the owner, rather I am a trustee. And that money I should use it for the welfare of the people. Identify the weaker section who are not able to get the resources, even like 3 times of food they are not getting, no basic shelter or something, provide them. This idea is known as trusteeship. Everybody should become the trustees. So acquire wealth. If you are intelligent, if you are capable, earn as much wealth as possible. Utilize whatever required you to live a decent standard of life. Somewhat see the people who do not have access to and give it to them. That is the basis of corporate social responsibility that we'll discuss in corporate governance. Let us we come back. Asangraha. Sharira Shrama. Sharira Shrama. So Mishra did not get samosa, it seems. So, okay. So somebody, Gayatri or Lakshmi, please give it. Make sure that Mishra ji is also getting it. Whoever has got taken more than two, please give it to the others. These words are too difficult. No, Sayedji, practice, remember, you will understand. These are all common basic words only. Okay, Sharira Shrama, as you say, the many of you, physical labor or the physical work. At least 1 hour per day, according to Mahatma Gandhi, we have to spend 1 hour doing the physical work. Earlier, if you want to help anybody or something, mostly it was a physical work. No, so we need to work 1 hour. That is first. If you want to take it to the next level, that 1 hour at least, if possible, in a day, spend it for other people. For the way you have 24 hours, no, 123 hours use it for you and your family and everything. At least 1 hour you may consider benefiting other people, according to Mahatma Gandhi. Aswada, what is this aswada? Is there is any possibility that they will ask these words directly in the paper? They may not ask directly. Like last time they have asked actually, explain the concept of 7 social sins of Mahatma Gandhi ji. There may be a question of 11 oaths or the promises, or explain some of these words, or possibilities are there. Yeah, swada means taste. Swada means taste. Aswada means actually we should not eat for taste. So we should not eat for taste. Then you may say, what is the problem if we eat actually? It is all a part of self-control. Sarvatra bhayavarjana. Millets also can be tasty, Aniket. Eat but not for taste. Eat for survival, correct. Always fear. Are you sure, Sri Lakshmi? Yes, Shipra. Jaya Kannan. Yeah. Bhaya means fear. Varjana means fearlessness. Sarvatra means everywhere, always fearlessness. Why do we fear normally? What are some common reason that we fear? Okay, there is one user named Lakshmi. I am Lakshmikant. I am a boy, sir. Okay, if you possible to change the username, make it Lakshmikant so that I'll remember. Mm. Okay, people fear for ghost. People fear for failure. People fear for corruption or the lies. We fear because we are not confident. So we have Sri Lakshmi, Lakshmi, and so many Lakshmis are there. Results of the past trauma, not getting what we want, not fear for saying the truth. Vivek, fear for wives, not even say singular wife actually. You have WIVS, that is a fear. If you have plural, then you should fear, Vivek. Okay. When we do something unethical, fear of unknown, fear of losing, inability to conquer, anything that threaten our survival. Could you help by telling us all the meanings in Kannada? No, man. Now it will takes too much of time. But it is in a simple English that we are talking, so we'll tell that. So, Sarvatra Bhayavarjana. That means, same, like many of you has rightly mentioned, actually. Okay, Namrata, you are right, Namrata. That's why Vivek don't want public chat, because this plural that he is having. Okay, let's we come back to this. Now we understood Vivek. So even Mahatma Gandhi ji thought about this. Actually, he says that the money, wealth, prestige that we acquire, it may go any point of time. The death, injury, and all, it may come any of the time. So if just because we worry, it will not stop coming or not going away from us. So always live a fearless life. When be ready to face and enjoy the present, and live a life without any fear, according to him. Sarva dharma samanatva. Yeah, as you rightly said, here dharma means religion. All religions are equal. All religions are equal. Swadeshi. Okay. So correct. Atmanirbhar, like we know. So preference for local economy. So Swadeshi means preference for local economy. Sparsha Bhavana. What is Sparsha Bhavana? Yes, the Swadeshi is about local for local, correct. Touching sense, the feel of touch, sympathy. Yeah, many of the literal meaning may be sparsha means touch and bhavana means feeling. So here actually not practicing the untouchability, as many of you rightly said, not practicing the untouchability. Is asparsha, like we have this untouchability is called asparsha. Few people, just because they are born in certain caste or region, religion, actually they should not be allowed to enter into the public places. That is asparshata. Opposite of asparshata is sparsha bhavana. So these are the 11 promises that we are expected to follow. So ahimse, satya, ಕಳ್ಳತನ ಮಾಡದೇ ಇರೋದು, ಸತ್ಯವನ್ನ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿದುಕೊಳ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು, ನಮಗ್ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿಯನ್ನ ಹೊಂದದೇ ಇರುವಂತದ್ದು, ದಿನಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದ್ಸಲನಾದ್ರೂ ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ರುಚಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಊಟ ಮಾಡದೇ ಇರೋದು, ಭಯ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರೋದು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಧರ್ಮವನ್ನ ಸಮಾನವಾಗಿ ಕಾಣ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು, ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶೀಯ ಆರ್ಥಿಕತೆಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಮುಖ್ಯತೆಯನ್ನ ಕೊಡೋದು, ಅಸ್ಪೃಶ್ಯತೆಯನ್ನ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡದೇ ಇರೋದು. ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಕಮ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ or let's we go ahead. So for your more information, let's we go ahead. Actually, yes, Lakshmi, that was Kannada that we said. Satya and Brahmacharya. So truth twice why? See here in the Brahmacharya means he Brahma means truth. Achara means following the truth. Brahmacharya means path towards the truth or journey towards the truth. Keha, got it? Satya and Brahmacharya. No, we said Brahmacharya. There, the Satya means following the ethical. Okay, so you want to ask why Satya and Brahmacharya? There, actually, you want to follow the ethics and you want to find the truth. In Brahmacharya, you are dedicating your time to know what is truth. In Satya, you are following the ethics in your life. It is like ethics and integrity. Nothing was explaining, same thing that whatever we discussed, actually, we discussed. Vivek, don't worry, we did not miss anything. ಸರ್ ನೀವು ನಮ್ಮ ಲೈವ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ನೋಡ್ಬೋದಾ? ಇಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ಚಂದ್ರಶೇಖರ್. ಐ ಕಾಂಟ್ ಸಿ ಯುವರ್ ಲೈವ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ, ಫಾರ್ಚುನೇಟ್ಲಿ ಆರ್ ಅನ್ಫಾರ್ಚುನೇಟ್ಲಿ. As Samiksha, I did not say anything in Kannada. I just, told one word meaning of whatever we discussed. This is a notes. You can take the photo of this. We'll also share the PPTs. Same thing that we discussed: ahimsa, non-violence, no hatred, no jealousy. We should love other human beings. We should wish good things for other people. We should serve other people. Satya, it means here you have to follow ethics. That is Satya. Non-stealing and simple life. Here in Brahmacharya, you are knowing the truth. You are dedicating your life to know the truth. In Satya, you are follow the truth. Aparigraha or Asangraha, non-possession. We discussed what is trusteeship. So trusteeship is a broader understanding of one role in the society. Our role should not be limited to only our family. We should think beyond that also. So what we have to do, whatever the power or the wealth that we are, resources that we are using, we are having, we should use it for our family. But that's good. But we should not spend entirely thing to the family. See, if you made too much of wealth and give it to your next generation, what they will do? They will become lazy. You just give them something and give back everything, remaining things to the society. That's what the trusteeship said. So then Sharirashrama we discussed, physical labor, Aswada we discussed, and these are the PPTs are available. You can go through that after our discussion. Sarvatra Bhayavarjana, Sarva Dharma Samanatva, Swadeshi, and the Sparsha Bhavana. Yeah, the Shyamil. These are all inspired from the Buddhism, Jainism, and other texts only. No, Lakshmi, you're wrong. Screenshot Bharat Bhardu sir actually. So you can take the photo. No, suppose you have some device and you have another instrument, you can take photo of it. That's all. Rutika, somebody is telling, sir, I am not understanding Kannada. I did not tell anything extra one point also. Whatever we have discussed, I just told it in one word. So don't worry if we did not say anything more that we have not discussed in English in Kannada. Whatever the first priority is always English as the major utilitarianism actually. We give priority to English only. Don't worry. Okay. Let's we go ahead. You are not missing anything. Of course, as a teacher, we have the responsibility that we'll make sure that every aspirant should understand. Now, just go through these genres and see is it making any sense to you? According to Chandrasekhar, if we type shift plus window and a letter S, we will get screenshot. It seems okay. Just go through this. I will explain. Don't worry. Don't need to. If you don't understand, fine. But I just wanted to go through these ones. Okay, done. Now listen to me. Before I go ahead, you didn't understand, Amit? Don't worry. I just want you to read that. Now you will understand. If you understand before only, then you don't attend class tomorrow. That means there is a reason why do we attend the class. No, fine. Now, usually your prelims paper is called objective paper. Mains paper is called as subjective paper. Now tell me why prelims paper is called objective paper and mains paper is called subjective paper? Why prelims is called objective, mains is called subjective? Avani wants to know the break. Every day we usually give break around 7 o'clock. Prelims is objective, that is why it is called objective question. What is the meaning of objective type questions? Marks doesn't count, that is why it is called the objective, because MCQ questions are there, it is called as objective. Okay. We have to write answer. Good. You have to try. Now, the newspaper that you study, the Hindu or the Indian Express or any other newspaper that you study, the newspaper are objective or subjective? Just think about this. Are the newspapers are objective or subjective? The news channels that you watch, are they objective or subjective? Okay. This is all just, I want you to think, but there is a meaning actually. Remember, there is something called objectivity and the subjectivity. What is objectivity? Taking the decision based on the facts and evidences. Taking the decision based on the facts and evidences is known as objectivity. Taking the decision based on the personal opinions is known as subjectivity. Understand? Prelims paper is called objective paper not because of MCQ or something. The prelims is they are supposed to ask the question which are based on the facts and evidences. Whether this particular river flows in this national park or not, it's a fact. That which is the highest mountain or what is the length of the river or any of these questions actually which are based on the knowledge, based on the facts, based on the evidences, whether these points are associated with new education policy, right or wrong. Actually, this is all the facts and evidences. That's why that is prelims paper is called objective paper, while mains paper is your opinion. Do you think that the new educational policy is going to transform the education system in India? So that is your opinion. Comment on this, evaluate, criticize everything. They want to know your opinion. So it is a subjectivity is about your opinion, objectivity is about knowledge. Normally, that's why, for example, we say Lakshmi Kant or NCRT, everything will help you in objective knowledge, but you should develop some opinion. For that is why newspapers you should read, editorials we should read. Now, the question whether newspapers are objective, subjective. Normally, the general, all the paper is actually objective except that editorial and opinion. Editorial is opinion of editor. Opinion is the opinion of the author who is writing. That is subjective. In the middle pages that usually you see editorial opinion, no, that is subjective, while all others are objective. For example, India and Australia, there was a final match, and this is a score of India, this is a score of Australia, this is who has won the toss and everything. That is objective. But why India lost the World Cup final, whether it is problem with captaincy or the batsman or the bowler or the pitch or the greatness of Australia, that is left to the opinion of the author. If you explain why India lost, that is subjective. But what happened in the match is objective. Hope you are understanding. Usually, news channels has to give facts and evidences, and based on that, you have to take opinion. Normally, debates will happen where the news media anchor first thing should not have any opinion, should not have opinion. Anchor may know the facts and evidences. He or she should call the expert. Like different experts will express their opinion, and audience should listen to those opinions and should develop their own thought process. Okay, hope now you have understood objective and subjective. So you should know this. Here, the American philosopher John Rawls want us to take a decision. Want help? He wants to. He is helping us to take the decision, which is objective decision, and without favoring anybody. Impartial decision. Now, don't worry about all the things. If you just follow me, you will understand. Now, imagine we are all school kids actually. Now, we went to some college. While going from the college, when we go to home, on the way, we saw that my like my mother and neighboring auntie, they were fighting. Our family members and neighboring auntie, the family members, they are fighting. Generally, what we think that our family is right, my mother is right, and that neighboring auntie is only wrong. Generally, we think no. But if I really want to know the truth, what I should do? If I really want to know the truth, I forget which family I belong to and then analyze, collect facts and evidences. I know the truth. But in real life, do we do that? We assume that our family is right and neighbor family is wrong. Suppose there is a river water dispute between the Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, and we need to decide how this river Kaveri has to be distributed properly. The moment I consider that I am from Karnataka, the way I look at the river problem in a different way. If I consider that I am from Tamil Nadu, I look at this in a different way. So that if I really want to take a decision about Kaveri river water, if by the time I'm taking a decision, if I want to really take a right decision, I have to forget, I have to ignore, I have to imagine that I don't know which state I belong to. If I can able to forget whether I am from Karnataka or Tamil Nadu, then I look at the as a two different states, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, where it is originating, where it is flowing, how many farmers are depending, what crops they are growing, then we can give a suggestion. It will not be biased. Are you getting? Same thing actually, you can see that suppose I want to decide whether women reservation should be introduced in the UPSC examination. As a woman, if I think, I think, yes, we have so many problems compared to boys. Actually, that is why women reservation should be there, because it is there. It increases my chances of success. And as a boy, if I analyze, already we have so much of problems and so many reservations are there. This women reservation, they are already learning so much. They have already so many better opportunities. Let us not give. But if I have to really decide whether women should be given a reservation, whether I am a woman or male, I have to forget. Then I can take a right decision, which is based on the impartial and objective. Just continue to understand. Okay, if you have a doubt, keep it aside. And keep it aside. I will take your doubts. You can apply to now. For example, a dam has to be constructed. If we construct a dam, it benefits the farmer for irrigation facilities, but it affects the tribal. If I belong to the tribal community, I look at the dam issue in a different way. If I come from a farmer community, I may look at it in a different way. If I really want to take a decision of a dam project, whether I am a farmer or this actually tribal, I have to forget. Then I look at the issue as it is. They were deciding Kaveri River dispute, if rather than from a person from Karnataka or Tamil Nadu, from a person from Rajasthan can look at the incident as it is, or any other state. Same thing we should do. As a decision maker, when we know our knowledge, which caste I belong to, which society I belong to, whether I'm a male or female, I need to put a veil. VAL, veil means covering. I should be ignorant of that. I should not have the knowledge about my talents and everything. But in fact, he wants you to imagine. It is a thought experiment. Whenever you take the decision next time, like I suppose again, your sister and other neighbors, they are fighting each other or something. Actually, you have to forget that somebody is your sister. There's two strangers, and you listen from both the side, and then you may get some clarity. So, veil of ignorance, a concept from General, says that it is a method of determining the morality of the issue, rightness of the issue. Whenever you are taking a decision, we need to imagine that we don't know our personal details. That means what talents I'm having, whether I'm a wealthy or not, which caste I belong to, which region I belong to, which gender I belong to. I have to forget and then look at the incidents. Then those incidents looks in a much different way. This is known as veil of ignorance. Now, give me one example that I have not given. Sir, you give every example. No, there are many more you can create. Give me one more example, those who have understood. Bias means partial. Yes, Lakshmi, you are right. Think in the third person's perspective. Yes, Karthik, you are right. One should think that he is Kaveri. Yeshi, you went to the next level. Then, okay, I am Kaveri. How I should divide between Karnataka and Tamil Nadu? Hmm. We think our girlfriend is only positive way, but others think in a different way. Lakshmi is Lakshmi Khan. Now I got it. Why he was talking about always girlfriend? I thought, okay, nowadays, of course, we are broad minded, homo is also fine and all, but it is a different case. We can say that ignoring our own circumstances and looking at the matter for the solution. Ignoring our own circumstances. Yes, we can ignore our own circumstances in the process of taking decision. Value free. Yes, it is also can be called as UCC, yeah, Uniform Civil Code. We should again forget whether we are Hindus, Muslims, or Christians. Bilkis Bhanu case, problem from outside the circle, cricket umpire. Yes, if you're, RCB versus SRH match is there. If you have to forget whether you are from Bengaluru or Karnataka or from the Telangana. Oh my God, Namrata is saying, oh my God, what for why? India versus any foreign country. If you want to know the truth, suppose India and Pakistan had some clash, and now Indian soldier they have their own version, Pakistan soldier they have their own version. As the Indians, we believe that what is Indian version, but if you really want to know the truth, actually, you have to forget that you are an Indian and listen to their side and collect facts and evidences. Then you know the truth better. It's all about whether you want to know the truth or what is that other purpose. Indus Water Treaty, correct, it's a good example. Told to distribute water in 10 rooms, and he's told that in which room he will be, then he can do the justice. Yes, correct. It's very difficult to take a decision always that is not biased at all. Yes, Shia Mill, that is right, but that is what IAS is all about. You have to do something that is difficult. Then only it is ethical. But in a court, as a judge in a court, if the accused are relation with the judge, not allowed to give a decision proceeding the court. Chandrasekhar, that is correct. We'll discuss in a topic called conflicts of interest. Antaga Marg is the real way to analyze the truth. What is this? Athanga Marg, Kumkum. Thinking about our fight and cold. Okay, recent India Maldives conflict. Look at the problem outside. Okay, so yes, fine. Let us we learn one last concept before we take the break actually, and we'll listen to this, understand, and then we take the break. Just go through this. Yes, now listen to me. So even just going to the previous one, John Rawls, even India Maldives, if you want to know the real truth, you have to forget that whether you are from India or Maldives and look at it, then you get the truth between that. And while dealing with illegal immigrants, we may be sympathetic if they are from the same religion, language like this, but we need to obey. Even though we are sympathetic, empathetic, we still follow the law. As an outsider, also, okay, the one country they have a law of the land. If somebody is coming illegally, then we will send them only outside. Okay, now here, listen to me. So Max Weber, in his bureaucracy model, German philosopher and sociologist, talks that as a bureaucrats, as a civil servants, we have to do our duty according to the law of the land. If we are giving the task or a target some work to anybody, we need to make sure that that person has expertise in that specific area. Just because somebody is a poor or something, you should not give a job to them. That person should have the necessary knowledge and skills to do that. And as a civil servant, when you take the decision, you should have undiluted attachment with the law of the land. That means that strictly follow the law of the land. Now listen to me, okay? This example. Now I am a public servant, government official. Listen to me. Now, government has come up with some slum upgradation program, or actually, if this is not slum upgradation program, and some mega project that we are coming with that. Some government is coming with some mega project. In the area where at present now there are people who are living in the slum area are there. Government told that whoever is living in the area, this slum area, they have to vacate, and we have constructed some apartment actually, and we'll give the flat to them. We'll give one flat to them actually, but you have to prove that you have been living in this area from the 2001 minimum, and are much earlier than the year 2001. That is at least last 24 years. If you are living, then we'll give. Others you have to vacate or something. There is an old lady has come, that is old age person has come, and she says that, sir, I have been living in the slum from the last 30 years, sir, and now this slum is going to be removed, and government told that an apartment has to be given. Actually, please give, sir, there are so two people who are disabled, people who are depending on me. And then when you ask for a documents, and this person says that, sir, I don't have any documents, sir. Nobody, because we are living in a slum and working as a domestic maid, earning the money, and somehow we are living in. I do not have any documents. No, as a public official, if somebody is living more than 24 years, you would have given, but she doesn't have any documents to show. Now, do you still create some fake documents and help her, or do you ignore her request, or anything else? How do you approach this problem, the old lady's problem, as a public servant? You will help them to file a PIL and stay order from the court. Now, for old lady, what will you do? Ask others to get confirmation from the other people. Okay, help in getting the document, repeat the example. So you have to be alert, Prerana, to verify the background. Because 99% who have attended, they were able to understand the question. What the law of the land says, law of the land says that whoever has a document to prove that they have been living before the 2001, for them we have to give the house. We can allocate the home. Okay, good. Many of you try to explain this. Now, first here, remember, I should not create a fake documents and try to help her, because that is against the Max Weber bureaucracy model. I should, because creating fake documents and all is wrong according to law of the land. Because in order to help the old lady, I should not do this. If I do that, I'll be violating the Max Weber bureaucracy model. And she doesn't have documents, but I should not ignore her. If I ignore, madam, if you have documents, I will give. Otherwise, I can't. Please go. Legally, I'm right, but I'm violating one principle. Can you think which, if I ignore her actually, not give her, madam, you don't have documents, I cannot give. Please, sorry, go. Which is against the principle of, yes, empathy, compassion, correct. In this context, Gandhiji's talisman that we have just now discussed actually, it is against Gandhiji's talisman because we need to take a decision that benefits the poor or weaker section of the society. So if I ignore, I am violating talisman. If I create a fake documents, I am doing this. But what I can do, first the old lady is coming and all. Just because of that, I should not come to a conclusion that everything that old lady is telling true. It may be completely wrong. She may be some middle class person. She may not have lived in the slum area, or she may not belong to India only. Then it becomes a big issue. I need to re-verify the facts actually by, of course, asking them and other facts, evidences, whatever is available. After that, if she doesn't have documents, who will give the documents? Government will give the documents. We should help her to get the documents. Suppose if documents are not available, she can't get it. If it is proved that she is an Indian, she is really in need actually. I can identify the some NGOs, non-governmental organization, and I can help them within my limitation. Whatever is possible, I can help, so that I am following both Max Weber bureaucracy model as well as the Gandhiji's talisman. In this is how, this is one of the previous year case study. Whatever I told the old lady is similar to this was asked in the previous year. 20 marks question. Then you apply these concepts. Are we clear? Now what we'll do, we'll take a 15 minutes break actually, and then we will meet after the break. If you have any doubts, don't worry, I will take after the break. So now it's a break time. So we'll start from 7 p.m. to 7:15 p.m. I'll come back after the break and then we'll discuss it. Ask the local people representative to help her. That can also be done. So, hi friends, welcome to you all after the break. Hope you enjoyed your break. So, finally, Mishra had samosa, it seems he could get it. Yes, we can ask the local representative to help the old lady. That is also correct. Sometimes they have MP funds, MLA funds actually that can be used as a case by case basis. If it is proved that she is an Indian citizen and the local resident, everything, that is also one option. So, shall we go ahead? Do you all back to the class? Yes, thank you. Observe this statement and we'll go one by one. Can somebody tell me just the meaning of first statement? Not the German philosopher statement, this always act statement. Okay, rethink. Shargun, usually in the beginning of our class, at the end of our class, we'll give a time to general question. Then I'm very happy to answer that question. In the middle of topic, if you keep thinking how much time to study and all, we bit deviate actually. Okay, next time, if anybody wants to ask some general question, the first 10 minutes is dedicated for that. Last 10 minutes also will give that. Then any subject related or any queries that you have, you can ask towards the end actually. Okay. Now focus only on this statement. I will answer that question if you ask me after 8:20. Okay, good. You have to try the different interpretation, then listen to my explanation. Now hope you are focusing on the first statement only. So Lakshmi, focus on the first statement. No need of sorry, Shargun. We just told that you can ask later. Okay, now listen to me. The first one. Always act so that you may wish the maximum of your action become a universal law. So simple version of this, write down. I will explain what is this universal law. Through our actions, through our actions, we have to become role model to others. One simple version of the first statement. Through our actions, we have to become role model to others. Okay. Now, what is the meaning of this? Listen to me. Suppose I'm riding two-wheeler. I'm on the way and there is a signal, right signal is there. But I'm getting late for the office. And some meeting is there, 4 5 people are waiting. Now, just because 4 5 people are waiting, is it okay if we jump the signal and reach the office on time? Now, the question I got it. Now, Immanuel Kant says that whenever you are in a dilemma, ask this question: whatever now I want to do, is everything in the world, if the people, every person in the world, if they follow, will that be right? That's called universal law. Now, if all the people, when they are getting late for something, can they violate the traffic rule? Now, if everybody violate the traffic rule, will there be a meaning? No, I should not do. So we will get the answer. Whenever you are in dilemma, you want to know whether this is right or wrong. So Immanuel Kant says that you just ask this question. Same, there is an old lady, old woman, who come for some help, but she doesn't have a document. Now I need to see, let me create a fake documents and help her. If I create documents and help her, I am helping the weaker section of society. If everybody violate the documents in the world, will that be right? No, then it will not be right. So that you will get a meaning. Suppose I think that I don't harm other people, but I don't help other people also. I just take care of my life. I don't bother about other people's life. Suppose I, as an individual, think like this. Am I right? Apply this principle. If all the people in the world actually they just started thinking only about themselves, will that be right? Okay, now I am good riding car or something or bike, met with an accident, but everybody is just seeing are actually going their own path. No, not correct. No, at least in emergencies we need to share each other, care each other, concern for each other. So categorical imperative concept, he says that something to be followed unconditionally, you have to follow. What is it? Whatever you are in a doubt, ask this, whether if everybody in the world, if they follow, will that be right? You will find answer. Okay, first one. Second statement, please look into this and see what are you understanding from the second statement. Look at the second statement. I'll give example, Puja, don't worry. Once again, I'll explain the first one if you want to know. Sir, this is the easiest deontology. We treat end as superior. Okay. Good, good. Go ahead. Do for others, heart for us. Dinesh, what is that? Okay, not it is. Okay. NOT not. So when NOT not become HOT art, it gives a different meaning. Okay. Two more comments or something, then I'll explain this. Okay, now listen to me. I will explain. Now forget whatever you have understood. I will explain to you, then you will get more clarity. One is, what is the simple version of this? We should not treat human beings only as a means to achieve our goals or our desires, etc. This is a simple version of this. How that is related with that, I'll explain. We should not treat human beings. Humanity means human beings. You know, humanity means humans with ethical values. But you go to Google and type actually humanity meaning. All the human beings collectively is also called human beings. All the human beings collectively is also called humanity. Now, if you don't understand, don't worry. I'm here to explain. So, hope you have written. I'm just waiting for you to write. We should not treat human beings only as a means to achieve our goals or desires. Now, see here. Now, once again, look into this. Forget whatever it is written here. Now, you know that it's a mobile phone. I can use this mobile phone to get information. Some information I want, I can use this mobile phone. I can use this information to get entertainment. Suppose I want to watch some movie, I can use this. I can use this mobile phone to get communication. One of the important purpose to communicate with somebody. Now I want to get entertainment. That is the end. What is end? What I want to achieve is end. Now what through which I am watching getting the entertainment? Mobile phone. I am using the mobile phones to achieve my dream called and achieve my goal here. That is entertainment. The mobile phone is the means and entertainment is the end. Now, how I am using? Whenever I am free, I use. Suppose now I am taking the class 3 hours. I am busy. I am not using. I am not at all using. But next 3 hours, suppose I am free and I am using this mobile phone. Whenever I am free, I am using it. Whenever I am not free, I am throwing it. This is called use and throw. This is called using as a slaves. I am not bothered about whether mobile phone will feel bad because I am not using it from last 3 hours, or I am using it continuously for 3 hours. I'm making mobile phone to sing me a song for 3 hours. Will that feel bad? I'm not worried. This is called using mobile phone only as a means to achieve my end. This is called, this I can do with mobile phone. Same thing I should not do with human beings. I use human beings and throw them whenever I don't want. That is, if I do that, that is a wrong thing. Now, suppose you are employees in my organization, you have joined with the consent, I'm paying you salary, providing better working condition, everything, that is fine. But if I'm making you work against your consent, making you work for more than 8 hours and all without giving proper compensation, then I am using you as a means to achieve my end. Suppose I ask you, Vivek ji, give me 20,000 rupees. I will give you after 2 days. Suppose I'm asking you, just hypothetically. Now, before I ask you, I already know that after 2 days, I cannot pay you back. I know that, but I'm lying here. What that means that I'm using you to get the 20,000 rupees. I'm using you only as a means to achieve my end. In sexual harassment, in order to get the end, that is pleasure, we are using one human being against their consent, again with their force and everything. That means that we are using the human being only as a means to achieve our end. That is wrong. They are end in themselves. Every human beings are human beings. They have the inherent value just because they are human beings. We have to respect them, take the consent them if they want to get their services, actually proper remuneration to be given. Without with their consent, if we are using, are taking their service and not providing appropriate remuneration, this is all against the Immanuel Kant's categorical imperative. Whenever we take a decision, we have to know that every human beings have inherent value. Just because they are human being, we should respect them, and we should not use them only to achieve our goals. That is a second statement. The first statement example, somebody wants to know. So whenever we take a decision, we have to take a decision in such a way that it will become universal law. That means that I should ask this question. I told you. Now, suppose there is an no okay, there is one lady who has faced a sexual harassment. She comes with a complaint, actually, that there is one powerful person has done a sexual harassment. Now, when I inquire, Mister, who is that person and all, I call that person, and that person say, yes, sir, I have done sexual harassment, but don't worry, I will give you 5 lakh rupees, and somehow convince her and don't take any complaint. Now I can take this 5 lakh rupees. And recently I visited one orphanage. There are 50 people are there, but there is no infrastructure. And one who is the in charge of orphanage is telling that if they get some 5 lakh rupees or something, they can renovate and help the 50 orphans or something. If that is right, if I want to say, if everybody, if they misuse their power and take the money through wrong path and do the good thing, will that be correct? No. If everybody does this, actually causing problem to somebody and helping other people, then there is no meaning. Robin Hood, you are doing robbery from somebody and helping other people. No, this is not a sustainable, this is not a good practice. So the first statement wants you to think, can this be followed by everybody? Second one, are we respecting the human beings? Are we taking their consent? These two concepts have to be remembered whenever we take a decision according to the Immanuel Kant. Are we clear? Snehil, why you are not able to attend the class, man or woman? Sir, if someone is using you, someone is using human as a means to achieve the goal, can we call it as an action against the categorical imperative? Yeah, if we are using the human beings against their consent, with the force and not giving proper remuneration, then we can call it as it is against the Immanuel Kant's categorical imperative. Narayan Murthy, 70 hours work in a week. Okay, it's a good topic, actually. Now see, whether we need to work 70 hours a week. According to law, we have to work for 8 hours. But if somebody willingly, see, now work is a burden to many, but work is a passion to many also. If that employee is ready to work 70 hours a day with interest, and the company is giving proper remuneration, then it is not a problem. But if you force the, because for many people work is one part and they have family studies and so many things. So if we are forcing people to work 70 hours a week, that is unethical. But if we give a choice, if you want to work, you can work, you will get this extra remuneration, then it is a choice of the employee. Because some people enjoy working. And if physical work, it may be difficult, but some intellectual work, people love to do that. Even the people like Elon Musk and others, they work more than for 70 hours a week. Definitely. Okay, did you understand? Give any example for first or second statement, and only then you have to give me some example that I'm not discussed here. Is there is any principle relating to treating someone to achieve the means and selfish intention and then stop the person and break the ties, which we generally call as a selfishness? That is called a selfishness only. Why do you need any principle to explain that? We don't need principle to explain everything, Anurag. Never merely as a means. That means you should not use that person only. Merely means only. Merely means only. We should not use them only as a means. Yes, Mahatma Gandhiji's example for the first statement, universal law. Many of the incidents in his life can be quoted as an example for the first one. We can consider as a role model. Correct. Sir, your example of first statement, which decision we need to take? So you will find the answer, no? Whether if I violate the traffic rule, actually, will that be right? No. If I actually, create a fear in that lady and take the 5 lakh rupees, no, I should not do that. Actually, as a police officer, I have to take her case. Actually, do the proper investigation and make sure that the rich person will get punishment. Or rich, that way rich means the person who committed a crime. If he committed, then we should get the punishment. Serving artisans of a country by providing them audiences. You cannot provide audience forcefully. People should appreciate that it should happen voluntarily, basically. Bonded labor is actually for a second statement. If bonded labor is against the second statement, against means we should not do that. Baba Amte's example actually is an example for the first statement. Like we have to be a role model like him. We can quote an example for the first statement where we are used, we have to act in such a way that we'll become a role model to others. Please, once a glance at a second point. Amit ji, what is second point is any places where we are using the human beings. If we are using the human beings against their consent or without giving remuneration, it is wrong. That is the second statement. Very simple. Hope it is clear. When we take the services from people, we should take with the consent. That's all in simple. Yes, Sundarlal Bahuguna's Chipko movement is an example for state one. Abolition of Devadasi. In the practice of Devadasi, what is happening? We are using the human beings only as a means to achieve our end. Yes, the practice of Devadasi is an example where we use the human beings only as a means to achieve our end. And ending the system is an example for the first one. Factory labors for second. You have to explain what is factory labors. Okay, yes, Jyotiba Phule is an example, positive example. What will Immanuel Kant philosophy tell about 70 hours week? I mean, can I use it in favor or against? Ravi, that's what. You don't tell that Narayan Murthy is wrong or right. Now, what is our answer is actually, if we are forcing the employees to work for 70 hours a week, that is wrong, because then we are using the human beings only as a means to achieve our end. So it is wrong according to Immanuel Kant. But if we give a choice, it is correct. Black slaves, yes, any slave. Why only black slaves? Anybody we are using them as a slaves, it is wrong according to the second statement. Yes, fine. Let us we go further. Many gig workers have to work actually for more than 8 hours a day. That's a wrong thing. But nobody is forcing them. That is actually it as second. According to second statement, if something to be wrong, then we should see, like suppose using, cheating them, manipulating them, using against their consent. Then the second statement will come into the picture. Please look at the Aristotle golden mean. Just read them. If you don't understand, it's fine. But I want you to read so that anyhow I'll explain so that you will understand. Okay. Just read them and give me one sign that you have read. Yes, Jansi, in this context it is. Yes, good. Yeah, thank you. Now listen to me. Suppose I'm walking in a road and I saw that there's a building which has caught fire. Many people are asking for help, actually requesting for help. And the sir, madam, please somebody help or something. The moment I saw that, I just entered inside the building to help them. Later I realized that I am also human being. The fire catches me also. Now they are already screaming. Now fire started touching. Then I also started screaming, please somebody come and help actually. First scenario. The second scenario, I am walking in a road and I saw that there's a building which has caught fire, many people screaming for help actually. Then I am standing here and thinking, if it is written on their fate that they should survive, they will survive. Otherwise, they will die. I can't help them and just watch them. Now, in both the scenarios, whatever I have done is wrong. What normally I supposed to do? I should call the fire helpline and inform what has happened. I need to protect myself and then try to help them. This is called Aristotle golden mean. The moral behavior, that means the right decision, is the mean between the two extremes. At one end is excess. In the first case, what I did, I just entered into the building to save them. That is excess. That is wrong. And at the other end is deficiency. Now I don't do anything. That is a deficiency. That is wrong. Now find a moderate position between the two extremes and you will be acting morally. Find a moderate position. Now this moderate position is not necessarily in the middle. It will be somewhere in this. Suppose for having a breakfast, one apple is too less. If only apple we are eating only one apple for a breakfast, normally less. 100 apple is too much. That doesn't mean that we should eat 50 apples. Moderate position is between the two extremes. Where is that we need to find? Suppose as a country we say that we just focus on GDP and we don't care for environment. That is one extreme. We just care for environment, we don't focus on economy. That is also wrong. We need to focus on sustainable development where economy is also important, environment is also important. That doesn't mean that 50% we focus on economy, 50% on environment. That we need to find moderate position. As a public servant, if I think that I just always work for the people welfare, I don't even care for my family. That is excess. That is wrong. I just care for my family. I don't care for my work. That is also wrong. There was one previous year question was asked, like, you have cleared prelims and mains, and on the way to the interview, You are on the way to the interview, and you saw that actually a mother and child met with an accident. They are bleeding severely. Now, if you try to help them, there may be a delay to the interview. If you go to the interview, there may be a problem to their health. So what will you do? So if I write that actually I don't care for my interview, for me the helping these two people is important, I will stop the bleeding, call the ambulance, take them to the hospital and everything, I don't care for interview, that is excess, that is also wrong. Practically it is not good, and it shows your negligence towards the examination. I go to the interview, I will neglect these people actually, because if I clear, I can save other 100 people. That is also wrong. I need to find a middle path between these two. Maybe just call the ambulance, tell them right direction, and I can go. This can also be middle path. The first option is right. Second, usually when we go for an interview, we might be associated with our friends or family members. If there are any friends or family members, we can tell them to take care of them. Then I can go to the interview. Third point. Or I'll call the ambulance if I'm in a car. Actually, I can also go there, stop the bleeding, everything. And if ambulance is coming, or we go to the nearest hospital, they will admit them and will take proof that we have attended here. Then we can go to the interview. Because it is interview, a little bit flexibility is allowed, and we'll go much ahead of the time. All of this can be, that is middle path. And the Aristotle golden mean is similar to the Gautama Buddha's middle path, and which is similar to the Chinese philosopher Confucius, the doctrine of mean. Give me one more example for middle path other than the example that I've told you. I will call ambulance for those and go for the interview. Middle path is calling the ambulance and booking some vehicle. So should we mention all these points or just one? We can write everything also, because 250 words. I will try option A, if not option B, option C. That can also be done. Avani. Case studies will come actually. We are ready to start the case studies. Regulating the cryptocurrency market rather than banning or not at all interfering. That is very complicated. Your economic faculty can answer. Yeah, mixed economy can be an example. Middle path of Mahatma Gandhiji can also be written. Censoring a film. Sir, please explain the last point. Which last point you are talking about, Saraswati? Non-aligned movement. Okay. Thinking of environment and developing the broader areas goes against the Aristotle. If two people are hungry, including me, but I have a small amount of food, moderate is sharing the food equally. So same thing, whatever we called it as Aristotle golden mean, the same concept actually. Confucius called it as a doctrine of mean. They're all same, different names. Suppose you want to use this concept, somewhere you can use Aristotle golden mean. In other case study, you may use the word Confucius doctrine of mean. Every day I put 7 hours for study, and then the hotel management, then preparation of UPSC. Okay, good. There is an impending crash. Excess help others, put oxygen mask actually without wearing the one. Deficient wearing it oneself and not helping others. Moderate is wearing it first and helping others. Yes, Vaishna, you're right. Government schemes to satisfy the. See, I am telling the Aristotle golden mean is similar to the Gautama Buddha's middle path, and that is similar to the Confucius. Confucius is name of the Chinese philosopher, and his concept of doctrine of mean, that also talks about the same thing. ಚಂದ್ರಶೇಖರ್ ಜಿ, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಟೆಲಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಇವ್ರು ಏನ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವೆರಡು ಕೂಡ ಒಂದೇನೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಗುಜ್ರಾಲ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರೈನ್ actually, okay. Yes, friends, that was a few good example. Let's we go. Let's try to create some hypothetical and simple examples. Try to avoid controversial examples. What if CM is pressurizing the DM to do illegal work? Yes, anybody is forcing you. Even our honorable Prime Minister or the President calls you to do illegal work, you can always deny because it is illegal. Have a look at this statement. Yes, Karthik, that can be the example. Just look at this, observe this. Now, listen to it. Just I want you to go through this, that's all. Okay, see here. So Saint Thomas Aquinas has given the cardinal. Cardinal means basic, fundamental, important. Important. So values means good, virtues means good values. So in simple, according to the Saint Thomas Aquinas, if you want to live a peaceful and successful life, we need to follow these values. First, listen to me, okay? When you are listening, please, for you have an entire focus here only. Then you get clarity. Even after that, you have doubt. Then I will explain. So he says we should have prudence, courage, temperance, and justice. What is prudence? He called it as wisdom. Or wisdom, he called it as a prudence. What is prudence or wisdom here? Every one of us should have ability to judge what is appropriate or right decision. What decision I have to take, which is right or wrong. We should have ability. We should not follow anybody blindly. What is following blindly means I don't know whether it is right and wrong, but my father wants me to do, I will do it. This is called blindly following somebody. I don't know whether it is right and wrong. I respect my mother. I just do that. That is wrong. You should not follow anybody blindly, whether it is mother, father, or a teacher, whether it is Gandhi, Nehru, Ambedkar, whether it is mentioned in Hinduism, Islam, or Christianity. Do not follow anything without understanding it, actually, or without thinking about it, without analyzing the consequences. That is known as prudence or wisdom. Suppose now I want to take some decision, I don't know what exactly, then I can ask for the opinion of expert. Can I ask? I can ask. But remember, the final decision should be mine. Like it should be ours. Like if I am taking the decision, the I may ask opinion of expert. Suppose I don't know which option subject to take, I'll ask ethics faculty, economy faculty, polity faculty. But final decision I have to take. Then I should not blame, sir, you told you public administration I took now, but I'm not getting not understanding anything. No, then it is your wrong. If I have taken without questioning, it is my wrong. Whenever we are in a dilemma, we can ask the opinion of experts, but the final decision to follow or not should be ours. So, not following anybody blindly, make sure that we take right decision, asking for the opinion of expert, then taking the final by decision by ours is known as prudence. In our life, we try to have certainty. Certainty means we plan. This is what I should do in the next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, and everything. And this is what my routine. These are the people I live with. Actually, this is the job I do, everything. But no matter how much we try, our life is about uncertainty. Like as you say, I'm working hard, I'm planning that this is what I should do in this organization. I may be removed from the organization. I want to live with this person, but they may go away from our life. Many people are not ready to face these uncertainties and they go into depression, death, that this, everything. But Saint Thomas Aquinas says that we should have courage. What is courage? Is ability or the strength to face uncertainties in the life, because uncertainty is the only certainty in the life. Uncertainty is the only certainty, that means it is uncertain. And with respect to food, drink, and sex, what is right, what is wrong, we should have a self control. Having a self control with respect to food, drink, and sex can be called as temperance. Now, the first three steps are related to me. I should take the right decision. I should be ready to face uncertainty. I should have a self control. And then when I interact with other people, I should not cause injustice to other people. నాకు తెలిసి ఎవరికి కూడా అన్యాయం జరగకూడదు. Knowingly, I should not cause injustice to others. No to cheating. No manipulation of the data, no lie, and everything should not be done. That is called a justice or fairness approach. By following all of this, we can achieve a peace in the personal life and we can achieve a success in the professional life. And these are the four foundational values that every human being has to follow according to the Saint Thomas Aquinas. What do you mean by self-control in the sex? With respect to sexual relationship, what is right, wrong, when to have this, actually with whom to have, and everything, you should have a control. Say what is rape or something, sometimes people do, I couldn't control, we could say we couldn't control and we do some mistake. I know that suppose something is wrong with respect to sex, but if we are doing it, that means that we don't have a self control. We should know what is right, what is the right way to get it, and we should wait for the right way to get it, or follow the right path to get it. We should not achieve it by forcing somebody or by following the wrong path. That is called as having self control with respect to sex. Okay, Avani? Sir, my mom believes in the stones, and for her happiness, if I wear a stone, despite I don't believe in it, so I am not having a prudence. Vedasri. See, for example, imagine I am wearing some ring, hypothetically. I am our stone actually. Yeah, I may not actually have any issues, and by my mom likes me if I wear it, then it is not a problem. It is okay to wear. It doesn't mean that you have a prudence or something. It is you are not creating any problem to anybody by wearing that. So that is why I can wear. But if suppose I don't like to marry somebody, but because of my mother I'm marrying, then it is wrong. Wearing gold ring or something is okay because I'm not creating any problem with that. But if I marry somebody with whom I don't like, I am doing injustice to her. That is why it is wrong. Okay, got it, Vedashree? You have a clear idea that you don't believe in it, but she that makes her happy. In fact, we should do wear it because we have a responsibility to make our parents happy, or the people who are around us happy, and we should do that. Okay, hope it is clear. Now these are the few philosophies that we wanted you to remember, understand, and everything. But you should not end your preparation of this philosophy here. You have to read as much as possible. For that, you may consider visiting this one YouTube channel known as School of Life. School of Life. So this is one of the name of YouTube channel, School of Life. Whenever you are free, visit. Don't try to watch all the videos in one day. So there are so many videos are there here in the School of Life. um Watch one video per day or something, whichever the, after listening to that, if you feel that as a civil service aspirant, this is important to me, relevant to me or something, only then take philosophies. And remember, you should not copy paste, you should not by heart or something, you should really understand, because only when you understand, you know where to use it and how to use it. Clear? So is not wearing a ring after the engagement or marriage if I wish this, but family not support this, what I have to do? Now suppose I don't like to wear this engagement ring, but my family wants to do it, and for their happiness, if I wear, actually it's okay, no? Why you don't like? Suppose if it is not uncomfortable, make it uncomfortable. It may be useful for emergency. Suppose you have a engagement ring, assume that some hypothetically you lost, there is no mobile network connectivity is there, and you don't have money also, then you can temporarily keep that, you need some emergency money, you can keep that ring and get money, no? That is also one thought process. So it is thinking like that. Try to have it so that it makes other people happy, no? Get rid of family, individual ethics. What is this, Ravi? Family is an important part of our life, no? Why to get rid of them? If we keep our engagement ring for money, we will get more shootings. No, Vedashree, we should tell that was an emergency situation. Once you get the money, then you are not actually selling that ring. You tell, just keep it and give me some 500 rupees. Tomorrow I will come back and give back the, you have given me 500 rupees. No, I will give you 600 rupees. Then you give me that gold ring back, like an emergency system. In fact, one of the reason like why do we wear this golden ring or the tali, which is actually made up of gold, is also for some unexpected emergency situation. Yeah, as a collateral, we are using it. Fine, let's we go further. So keep listening or keep understanding at least one philosophies per day. Try to know at least five more philosophies that what we have not discussed. Five more. Now, along, sir, along with that, you should know some codes. How can we trust an unknown? Because we don't have any other options, Avi. It is an emergency situation, and if no other option than to trust, then we will trust it. Suppose if that person escapes, yes, it may escape, but we have when we know don't have other option, only we do this. Okay, now along with that, you should visit this website called as Brainy Codes. Last time also I told this. By mistake, has anybody visited this website? Okay, some of you visited, that's good. So there, suppose you type conscience, integrity, ethics, you will get some codes. So try to collect them. Along with that, along with author, like if you select APJ Abdul Kalam, Mahatma Gandhi ji, Gautama Buddha, and there are many quotes related to that. See, one such statement, you have to go through these quotes, whichever you feel it's good or appropriate, then only you should select it. If a country is to be corruption free and become a nation of beautiful minds, I strongly feel there are three key societal members who can make a difference. They are father, mother, and teacher. One of the important statement that you can use it in conclusion. For example, if you remember, one of the question that we discussed yesterday, crisis of ethical values in the modern times is traced to the narrow perception of good life. Right? We discussed this. Now, one of the conclusion can be this statement actually. Now, crisis of ethical values, that is a question. In the conclusion, we need to write solution. Now, what is a solution? We need to have make sure that we inculcate ethical values in the next generation with the help of father, mother, and teacher. In the same way, we have taken some statement from Gautama Buddha. Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava. All are good, provided if they are matching that stage. Okay. Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind in the present moment. So, with some modification, what is this Gautam Buddha is trying to tell? Some people keep on worrying about the past, like why I have done this, why I should have done this. I can, how did I trust this person? Why did I choose this course? That this everything. There is no logic in worrying about the past because past is past. That is not in our control. Now, few people worry about the future actually. What happens if I clear? What happens if I don't clear? That, this, everything. There is no use because future is not in our control. We should learn from the past and plan for the future, not just dreaming, just plan for the future and enjoy the present because only the present is a reality. If any question on relationships, you may consider using this statement. Health is the greatest gift, contentment is the greatest wealth, faithfulness is the best in the relationships. And there are three things which cannot be long hidden: sun, moon, and the truth. If you remember, we have used taken the help of this statement in the previous classes. So try to remember them, keep on using them, try to understand them. The mind is everything. What you think, you become. The mind is everything. What you think, you become. In order to remember this, actually, sometimes you discuss with your friends, make fun of it, actually. So finally, you remember and question it whether it will happen. Oh, Gautama Buddha is saying the mind is everything, and what you think you will become. Now I'll do, sir. I'll think I want to become Aishwarya Rai, Aishwarya Rai, Aishwarya Rai. I may not become. So you should not take it as in the literal sense of it, actually. What you think you become. So the related context was actually expressed in the words of Mahatma Gandhi. What Mahatma Gandhi says that take care of your thoughts because your thoughts will become your words. Take care of your words because your words will become your actions. Take care of your actions because your actions will become your habits. Take care of your habits because your habits will become your character. Take care of your character because your character will become your destiny. Here, destiny means future. How our future will depends upon what is our present thoughts. That is the meaning. The mind is everything what you think you become. This is the words of Mahatma Gandhi. Here, this is, well, this is actually Gautama Buddha. Whatever I have written below is a bit related to Mahatma Gandhi. If you ask Swami Vivekananda what he says, if you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you can't. So like this, there are many thoughts are there. Even in our tradition talks about yad bhavam tad bhavati. Whatever we think, the same thing will happen. So all they talk about importance of our thoughts. In this way, when you read more and more, actually, you know how to interconnect them and all. This is all about playing with the codes. Yes, all the power is within us. Change habits and change the life. Do we need to mention the name of the person? If you know, you can mention it, Avani. If you don't know, it is still fine. Ratan Tata also said that none can destroy an iron, but its own rust can. Similarly, no one can destroy the man, but his own mindset. Very good, Vedastri. That is also related to this. So super. Now, once you know this, so in this way you can connect it. So then it is said that to enjoy the good health, to bring the true happiness to one's family, and to bring peace to all, one must be disciplined and control his mind. If a man can control his mind, he can find the way to enlightenment, and all the wisdom and virtue will naturally come to him. If a concept about self-control, according to Gautama Buddha, if we can control our mind, all the enlightenment, virtue, and wisdom will naturally come to us. When you are writing this in the answer, if you know the exact statement, only then you will write within the quotes. These are the exact words of somebody. Then I have to write exact words. If I don't know, then will not be using the quote. Then I just write that as rightly suggested by Gautama Buddha. If we can have a self control, we can get the virtues, wisdom, and enlightenment. Hatred doesn't cease by or end by hatred, but only by love. This is the eternal rule. In some Telugu movies, you might have seen faction. నువ్వు మా ఇంట్లో ఒకరిని చంపావు మీ ఇంట్లో ఒకరిని చంపేంత వరకు నిద్రపోను. No, it doesn't actually. What we are trying to tell is you have killed one person in our family. Until I kill one person from your family, I don't actually live happily or I don't sleep. I don't keep quiet. So that like Mahatma Gandhi says that an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. You removed one of my eye, I will remove one of your eye. If that is continued, then the whole world become blind. An eye for an eye makes the whole world as a blind. Blood for blood. Blood for blood makes the whole world as a graveyard. Related statements are there. You have killed one person in my family, I will kill one person in your family, then the whole world will become graveyard. So the solution is actually love. Hatred doesn't end by hatred, but through love we can end the hatred actually. And this is the eternal rule according to the Gautama Buddha. In that way, keep learning as many quotes as possible, as many statements as possible, and the journey will go on. Okay, in Paurnami movie, that is it. Life for lie. Then what will happen if a lie for lie? If eye for eye, the whole world become blind. Blood for blood, it becomes graveyard. So Jhansi Rani, for lie, what will happen? Now, the thinkers and philosophers are very important. If you remember some of the thinkers that we discussed, no matter what kind of questions they may ask, somewhere we'll get an opportunity to use these statements. Sometimes we become the same what we used to hate. Okay. My stomach is not graveyard. What if our nature is quite a reverse? What does it mean, Shargun? Now, while the others are asking the question, now what we will do is actually see. Now, listen to me first. There is a statement that is given to you, and they are asking that what does the following quotation mean to you? I want you to understand the meaning. Okay, understand the meaning. Think of some examples you have to do. We will give you 3 minutes. First 2 minutes, please read them, understand, and then you may type that. Now we will open the chat for the public also. Now for some time actually, please discuss only related to this question. If you have any other question, now by 8:20 or last 10 minutes, I will take your any general queries. For some time, now I just want you to read this and find some answer, type that, we'll put it for a public. Other you once you complete it, please observe others' answers also, how they are thinking is also important. Normally in offline class also, we make other people to speak so that you need to know how others are thinking, so utilize it in a right way. Now if general questions are there, I will take after the discussion of this question. Now please focus on Abraham Lincoln statement. So please, your time starts now. Read, understand meaning and examples. Comment is open to public. Shargun, I will answer that question after this discussion. Okay. Let's see what options I have. Yes, go ahead. Go ahead. Once you have typed and understood, then you look at other statements also. Ankita is asking, sir, is this a good or bad thinking? So you are talking about Abraham Lincoln statement? If it is yes, then I will explain this completely, then I will take the doubt. Good attempts, go on. Know the meaning, examples, and how to create 150 words. This is one of the previous year question. Good, good. Yes, Chandrasekhar. Last 1 minute. Okay, Ankita, that's good, but you made an effort to do that. That's fine. Good, good. Last 30 seconds. If you're typing something, just post it and listen to my explanation. Okay, now listen to me. Okay, you cross check yourself how far the our explanation is matching with your explanation, and if you have any doubt, then I will explain to you once I completed this. You are expected to focus on the three statements. Whenever you written, some of you have written, there is nothing completely right or wrong. If you have written that, it is wrong according to Abraham Lincoln statement. See, first thing, there are few things which are wholly evil or wholly good. This is the first statement. There are few things, if you see whatever we have underlined, there are few things which we can call completely evil or completely good. For example, the scheme like MG Narega, Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, is one of the very good. The problem in implementation, but as a policy it is good. It is not only creating the public infrastructure but also giving employment opportunities. So that is why it is wholly good. And Taliban government has come up with a rule that actually women should not actually allowed to go to the education after the high school studies and all. I suppose it is not allowed. In some countries, women are not allowed to drive the vehicles. Only men is allowed. If woman has to go, she should always be associated with one male family member and all. In the 21st century, rather than increasing safety and security, we are restricting that. That can be called wholly evil. If you are giving one wholly evil, some other country's example you can give. And wholly good is it. This is first point. And second point, most of you have observed actually, most of the decision will have a both positives and negatives. There is a positives will be there, negatives will be there. We need to analyze them and take the decision which has more benefits. Simple. That is close to utilitarianism. That is close to utilitarianism. We need to analyze, actually we should know positives and negatives, and generally what they will tell, take the decision which has more benefits. Second point. First point, few can be completely good, completely bad. Most of them, especially related to government policy, combination of both. Second point. There is a third point. Then preponderance between them is continually demanded. What does it mean? Which one to be given a priority, whether we should accept it or reject it? This process of decision making is a continuous process. What does that mean? Something was considered as a good decision today, it may not work tomorrow actually, or after some days, some years actually, that may not be relevant. Now, don't worry, if you have a doubt, I'll explain. I know you, some of you are not completely satisfied with this explanation. Now, how to write this? In the introduction, when you write, you have to explain the meaning, especially statement based question. A simplified version, meaning is good. According to the Abraham Lincoln, there are few decisions which we can classify as some completely appropriate and few are not appropriate. Most of the decision will have a combination of both. We need to analyze and take the decision which has more benefits. This is introduction. In the body of the answer, with the help of examples, you need to explain. For example, we take the example of Aadhaar. It has positives. What is one positives of Aadhaar? For example, we can say it decreases corruption. Earlier there were many ghost beneficiaries are there, they were taking the some benefits in the name of somebody else. Now Aadhaar authentication has to be done. One minus can be all this data, like our fingerprints, cornea of the eye and everything, all these details are stored. It might be hacked by somebody. Possibilities are there in a digital world. Our technology is yet to reach to the people. Sometimes people do not get the benefits that they're supposed to get. Like one minus can be right to privacy may be affected, like this. Now some many other example you can give. So for example, I want to tell you, dam construction. It has some benefits like irrigation facility, electricity generation, but it is against the ecosystem. It affects the economic flow, environmental. Many animals have been actually there from many years. Actually, there is an ecological flow that is happening. It get disturbed. Sometimes displacement of tribals will happen. It has plus, it has minus. And those who are aware of it, there is something called AFSPA, Armed Forces Special Powers Act. There is a plus and minus. Like this, like for example, in order to develop infrastructure, we cut roads. We cut not the roads, trees. So this is like that any two example you take and analyze it, and towards the conclusion. And the this process of analysis has to be continuous. For example, in 1950s, we have taken a decision that we need to restrict the role of private companies in the process of development, because we had a bad experience with East India Company and all, and we have restricted private companies, their growth and everything. If you don't know, some of you, about this economy, private companies, don't worry, you will understand. But towards the 1990s, we thought that the private sector should play a very important role in the growth of our country. And with the LPG, liberalization, privatization, globalization, we made private sector as an integral part. In 1950, we restricted. In 1990, we have given freedom. Does it mean that we are wrong in 1950? No. In 1950, that is correct. In 1990, this is correct. This is called continuous analysis. In 1960s, we decided to go with green revolution. That has transformed India from a food deficient country into a food surplus country. But slowly, but it has also increased the highest use of pesticide, fertilizer, high yielding variety seeds and everything. And now slowly we are moving towards organic. Once again, because we are going to organic, that does mean that we are wrong in 1960s? No, that was right at that time. So this we will explain in the body of the answer, both these parts. And towards the end, the purpose of decision making is for the welfare of people. With the changes in the socio-economic and condition, our decision also should be flexible in order to take a better decision so that we can achieve the inclusive and sustainable development. The purpose of decision making is for the welfare of people. We need to evaluate and take the decision. With the changes in socio-economic condition, our the pros and cons also will change, and we need to take the decision that is best for that point of time. This can be your conclusion actually. So you will talk about importance of ethical decisions or importance of flexible decisions. This is how you can create answer. When you are collecting example, if you know from international relations, you take it, economy, you take it, politics, you can take it, hypothetical history, any examples you can take it. This is the meaning of this. Now, if anybody has any doubt related to this question, you can ask. Avoid giving examples of which are controversial. Demonetization has a plus and minus. DBT has a plus and minus. Introduction, once again. Introduction, Pooja ji, we need to explain the meaning of it. What is the meaning? According to the Abraham Lincoln, there are only a few decisions which we can classify as completely good and few are completely bad. Most of the decision will have a combination of both, and we should take the decision that has more benefits. Sir, you are just going fast. No need to know the answer. You should know how to create it. When you read everything summary and you know that there are few are good, few are bad, and analyze, take the decision which is best. That's introduction. Got it, Pooja? Write the conclusion. What to write? You just write the importance of taking the why we need to be flexible in decision making. One decision that we have taken is not always appropriate. That's what you tell. So once we analyze and take the decision of what is right, it may not be right always, or it may not be appropriate forever. With the changes in socio-economic technological condition, our decision also should change in order to help the public and to achieve our dream inclusive and sustainable development. So that is a general statement. You should not only write this. Importance of Abraham Lincoln statement you should highlight in that. That is important. Writing the meaning in the introduction, explaining with the help of example in the body, and in conclusion, importance of the statement. That is what you learn. That will be inculcated with the practice. Same quote may not come, but similar quote will come. But the process is same. Reservation is also correct. Sir, please repeat the negative aspect of MG Narega. I did not tell any negative aspect of MG Narega only. Vaishnav. So no need to repeat it. Now, as we some of you have webinar also, officially the class is ended. No further new topics will be discussed. But if you have any general doubts, so somebody was asking some general doubts actually earlier, please ask now. I am very happy to answer now. Once glance in Kannada. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕೆಲವು ನಿರ್ಧಾರಗಳನ್ನ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣ ಸರಿ ಅಥವಾ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣ ತಪ್ಪು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಹಲವಾರು ನಿರ್ಧಾರಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಸರಿ ತಪ್ಪು ಎರಡೂ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅವೆರಡನ್ನು ಮೌಲ್ಯಮಾಪನ ಮಾಡಿ ಯಾವುದು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಸರಿನೋ ಆ ನಿರ್ಧಾರ ತಗೋಬೇಕು. ಕಾಲ ಬದಲಾದಂತೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಸರಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕೂಡ ಬದಲಾಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಕಾಲಕ್ಕೆ ತಕ್ಕಂತೆ ಸರಿಯಾದ ನಿರ್ಧಾರ ತಗೋಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ. ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ವೆಬಿನಾರ್ಸ್? ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಇಟ್. ಓಕೆ. Okay, if you don't know, don't worry. Actually, some of them may have a current affairs webinars. If you have a general doubts, you can share with us. And get more difficult in writing. Pooja, the solution is improve your vocabulary. Start practicing the answers. Then you will understand. Sir, negative aspect of MG Narega would be mandatory Aadhaar card authentication. So I feel it is still good, but we will simplify the process of getting Aadhaar or something. Okay, no webinar today, Akash Sri Lakshmi. Okay, if no webinar also, we'll take some general questions then. Like, okay, as the new topic, why to start in the last 10 minutes. Tomorrow at Fresh, we'll start a new topic actually. And any general doubts that you have about a subject, you can ask. Can you explain what is categorical imperative? See, categorical imperative of Immanuel Kant says two important statements. Categorical imperative means what? Something to be followed unconditionally. Without any condition, we have to follow. Two statements. Whenever we are taking any decision, we have to see if the similar thing what I am planning to follow, if it is followed by everybody, will that be correct? That is universal law. Can it be made universal law? I should think. If my answer is right, then decision is right. Second thing, whenever we are taking the services of human being, we should not cheat them. In simple, these are the interpretation of the Immanuel Kant's categorical imperative. Ubuntu philosophy. You want to know Ubuntu? Ubuntu philosophy is actually related to the African philosophy, especially in South Africa. Ubuntu means humanity. There's a operating software also. There is a Ubuntu. Just generally, Ubuntu means humanity. That also talks that we are all connected together. We as a human beings, whatever I do, it will have an impact on whole humanity. Whenever I take the decision, I have to know that I am not only have an impact on some people, the whole world get impacted. If I do some good, whole world will benefit. If I do some harm, whole world will get harmed actually. That is why we should always take the right decision. In simple, that is Ubuntu. Today, no questions for Simran. That's good. Okay, if you don't get notification about the webinar, don't worry. I usually thought there are Tuesdays and Thursdays are actually current affairs webinar we'll have. That's what I'm talking about. Uh, Sir, for every decision there will be a pros and cons. Not for every decision, Puja. There are, according to Abraham Lincoln, there are few which are wholly will, but most of them will have a pros and cons. That is that, Puja. Sakshi says how to make notes. Last day I will explain in detail. For now, how to make notes actually, whatever we have explained, you need to read again and in your own words, you have to write down. That's all. But in the last day I will explain in detail because the syllabus has to be completed. If somebody want to make notes, please wait the syllabus to complete because every topic are interrelated, and that is why don't make any new notes now. For now, follow this, and we have given you some videos and everything. You watch for Baba Amte's video. Try to make a 4 sentence what you have understood from the Baba Amte's life. For that only notes you can make. Vadandurai 4 sentence notes. Sir, essay class also taken from classes you only. That will be updated, Gautami. We are not sure of as of now. Sir, the philosophy is emphasized in our answer with the name, or we explain the concept in the answer. Yes, we can also explain, like this is related to utilitarianism, like that we can explain, Amit. This statement encourages a balanced and nuanced approach in decision making, recognizing that the most choices dash dash dash. Yes, Vivek, you are right. Sakshi got it. Okay. Parveen says, Sir, sometimes I feel too low to focus on anything. How to cope up with in our CSC journey? See, Parveen. So, first thing, we should have a strong desire to prepare for this examination. We should know why we are preparing this examination, first thing. And normally, if we are reading every day, 8 hours actually, or something, we get bored. Once in a 7 days, once in a 10 days, once in a 20 days, depending upon you, take some break. And studying also should be, you should enjoy. Now, for example, if I just teach, I should it may be boring. I have to first, I should enjoy teaching. In the same way, you have to enjoy the preparation. Preparing a topic means not only reading the book from first page to last page. You have to reading the new topic is study, revising is a study, discussing with the friends, memorizing it, create making a note, starting the mock test. All these are study. Everything should be there in one day. And try to read different subjects, and have a group of 4 people who are like-minded if possible. And when you meet them, discuss only related to studies or something. Make a timetable according to that. So see how do you entertain this process, edutainment. Then it will become easier. Take some break every day, spend some time on what you love to do it. Then you can achieve it. Which is the best book for ethics? There is no one best book for ethics. For now, please go through our notes. And if you want to, there's a G. Subbarao sir book is there, lexicon book is there. But if you want to read the book, that one I suggest actually, you may read this book and you will not regret for, spend some 300 rupees place, but you do not regret. So one is if you just type ethics book by D.K. Balaji. DK Balaji is an IAS officer. Based on his experience, he has written a book. In Flipkart or Amazon, you will get it actually. It is Jay's publication, and author is DK Balaji. You may read that. I have no doubt. Can I go? Yes, Samiksha, you can go. Thank you. Essay lectures batch 2 evening already done. You will have to switch the batch maybe. Lockdown in COVID can be taken as an example. Yes, lockdown has both plus and minus, can be taken as an example. Aarti, we can take it. Okay, Gautam. Any other doubts you have actually? Once again, we have completed 4 days actually. Are you getting any clarity? If you have some confusion, don't worry. Continue to enjoy. You will get more clarity with more and more day we go ahead. I set my schedule appropriately from today. Yes, Parveen. Thank you. Thank you, friends who are living. Bye bye bye. Few more minutes. If you have any doubt, you can ask. I think Shargun has asked something actually. If you are there, please ask that question again. Earlier, you have asked that question. I will answer. Sir, can I take the example of simultaneous elections? Yes, if you are not telling it as completely wrong or right, you have plus and minus. No, then you can take Aniket. Sir, when we take break next day, we get very much burden of work. When we take break next day, we get very much burden of work actually. Okay. Sir, Subbarao and P.N. Chaudhary book is also good to read. If you feel that is good, it is fine, Simran. You can read it selectively, that's all. Thank you, Sakshi, Aniket. Last 1 minute, if you have any doubts, you can ask. Thank you, thank you. Sir, how to revision in an efficient way? Why I'm struggling in that? Blessing says how to revision. So normally, one of the best way to revision actually, for that you should know how to make notes. And once I made a notes only, I will know how to do the revision. Again, I will explain this in the last day. For now, for example, at least once in a 7 days or 30 days, you can revise. Or today, suppose when I read about current affairs and I suppose there is an article about poverty, then I might have made notes on poverty, basic topic. And I have to go through the basic notes and then add the current affairs to that. Don't worry. You see, notes and revision, they're all related concept. Once we completed syllabus, I can explain you there. Thank you, Deep Shikha, Vivek. Karthik is feeling so good to read these comments and opinions actually. Okay, Karthik, thank you. So that is only, we'll only keep towards the end then. Okay, friends. So these are all the discussion for today. Hope that today's class was beneficial for you. Thank you for your cooperation. We'll meet tomorrow as per the schedule. Thank you. Bye-bye.